guys, I'm Danny Johnson, CEO at TPP, The Positive Porpoise.
I'm Jason Miller from Fins Up SoCal Fan Club.
I'm Scott Howell from Atlanta Dolphin Club.
Mark Angelo, NorCal Dolphin Club.
And you're listening to Clock Blockers, Miami fans' #1 morning show.
Run it, 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 run it.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Stephen D, and we are live. It's time. I'm trying to get my voice ready for when I have to take my man Bruce Buffer's job at UFC. It's time. Now, shout out to Bruce Buffer. That's my guy right there. Hey, look, welcome Miami fans to the #1 Miami Fan Morning Show. I'm talking about Clock Blockers right here on Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Super excited about hanging out with y'all today. Hope y'all are having a good time. Hope y'all are going to enjoy everything. I want to say hello to my Fins family, my Fin-laws. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? How are y'all doing? Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. All right, hit that like button, tap it, pat it, whatever you got to do to it. Also, hey, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Make sure you guys do that, okay? Make sure you guys do that. Please subscribe, hit the like button, share. That's all I ask. That's all I really ask. I know I ask a lot more, but that's all I really ask is just subscribe, hit, and share. Let people know that we're here. Tell your friends, your grandma, your cousins, your grandpa. Say, hey, look, there's this really crazy guy on in the mornings. His name is Stephen D. Go check him out, okay? Also, I want to remind everybody, too, if you haven't signed up to become a member, sign up to become a member. My man, Vic's actually been a member, but sometimes YouTube does crazy stuff. But Vic is back. Vic Coaster, my guy, you're back. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding. Anyway, look, I have to practice my Godfather voice. You come to me and you ask for forgiveness. How dare you? Yes, I definitely like that. Dolphin Don says, please like the show if you like. Definitely. Vic says, trying to listen at work. Let's see how it goes. Fins up. Man, I'm super excited today. I don't know why. You know why? You know why? I know why. Because Daniel's going to come on. Daniel's going to come on. I'm going to get to you, Daniel, here in a minute. I see you in the back room. We're going to get on and we're going to party today. It's going to be a fun time. Super excited about it. All right. Also, hey, if you haven't done so, or if you'd like, not if you haven't done so, if you would like to, if you'd like to donate to the channel and help the channel grow, it goes a long way into helping me out and the channel grow. You can do it one of three ways. You can do the YouTube Live Super Chat. You can do the PayPal, which is MSM Podcast Network. By the way, the YouTube Live Super Chat is the $ down at the bottom of the chat box. It's that little $ button. Or you can also do Cash App, which is MSM Podcast Network. If you need the link to it, the link to PayPal and Cash App, I'm going to put right here in the chat box for you guys. There you go. All right. So those are the two things that you can do there if you'd like to see the channel or help the channel grow. Also, guys, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor of the show, Tailgreeter. Tailgreeter, give a big shout out to Tailgreeter. By the way, I'm wearing the orange Ricky throwback today. I hope you guys enjoy that. The orange Ricky throwback. Y'all know nothing about this. This is a throwback right here. All right, hey, tailgreeter.com. Thank you for being a sponsor and a friend of the program, of the show. If you guys are going to the Hard Rock this weekend to catch that Colts-Dolphins game, go to tailgreeter.com and in the search bar type in East 32 Dolphins Tailgate, okay? You guys want to go see an awesome tailgate? Go check out my man Cameron in East 32 Dolphins Tailgate. It is the best way for fans to experience a tailgate and to be with other Dolphin fans from around the world. So make sure you guys go check that out. Go follow them on social media at Tailgreeter too. All right? All right, now that I got all that out the way, today's going to be a great day. Today's going to be a great day because I'm going to get Daniel's last name right today. Daniel Oyefusi. I hope I got it right. Give me a thumbs up if I got it right. Yes, I got it right. Y'all don't see him in the background. But I got it right. That's all I really care about. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and bring on my man, Daniel. What's up, my guy?
I'm doing well, Stephen D. How about you, man?
How are you?
I'm doing all right. Long flight from Vegas, but it was a nice trip. Nice to be out in Vegas for the first time.
Dude, it was a crazy trip. First of all, have you ever been to Vegas?
Nah, it was my first time.
So give me the experience. What was it like? What was the Death Star like? Because that place looks crazy.
Man, it's crazy. So, Allegiant Stadium is only like 5 minutes from the airport. So it's like I'm in my Uber. I'm going to the hotel, and the hotel was like on one side it's on the other side of the strip. But it was right next to probably a 15-minute walk from the stadium, and you see it. And, they call it the Death Star. And when you go into the stadium, they got they introduced the Raiders with the Star Wars theme song. That's what it feels like when you're just kind of like riding up and you're just seeing. Just like
is it big, do you dun, dun,
yeah,
dun,
exactly. Just a big
dun,
black
dun.
dome, and it's just crazy, man. And obviously it's a brand new stadium, so it's their second year that they're playing in it, so it's state of the art. Got all the bells and whistles. The press box is crazy, and then
I was about to ask, what was the press box like, and what was the food in the press box like? Because
it was good. It was good. I mean, you go in there, they have a big spread for breakfast. So they got the eggs and the potatoes and the bacon, the sausage, the fruit, and then they have a little section just for like bakery stuff, and they got donuts and all these. I don't even know.
See, you don't even know. I feel like being a beat reporter, you get perks like great food in the press box. That's what I always enjoyed when I did stuff up here in Baltimore in the press box. Is they had they had crab cakes.
Yeah, I do miss that. I do miss that back home. The crab cakes always hit, but Allegiant Stadium, it definitely lived up. I said it jumped all the way up to number 1 on my stadium power rankings because they were treating us well in there.
So who did you sit next to during the game? Like who do you sit next to in the press box usually?
It's usually whatever colleague I'm with. So yesterday or Sunday it was David Wilson, one of our sports reporters at the Miami Herald. If not him, maybe Greg Cody, who's our columnist. But he usually comes for some away games, but usually with us for the home games.
Look, it sounded like you got treated right over there in Vegas. So let's start out. Let's talk about the game, man. So the game started out 14-0. We started out big, man. What did you see from the first quarter?
Oh man, a team that looked like it had put the Buffalo Bills game behind them. Come out, get that Landon Roberts pick 6, 7. No, I'm thinking, okay, the defense is doing what it usually does, and then the defense gives the offense another short field. Malcolm Brown busts loose on the left side of the offensive line. Obviously, we know there were some offensive line changes, and I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be a blowout. The Dolphins are getting back on track. They're getting the offensive line right and whatnot. I thought Jacoby was looking solid early on. But then you saw some recurring issues. Offensive line that had a bit of issues. I personally think that the offensive line as a whole performed actually a little bit better than the Buffalo game, even though that was a low bar. But obviously, you saw an offense that couldn't really sustain those drives. And when you can't sustain drives and you're going 3 and out, or you're just getting 1 first down and then punting the ball, that kind of starts to wear on the defense. And I think we saw that as the game progressed, that defense just not being able to consistently get those stops because they were on the field for so long. And it was funny because at first I'm thinking this game shouldn't be close at all because the Dolphins should be blowing the Raiders out. And then all of a sudden they give 25 straight points. And I'm like, this game shouldn't be close at all because the Dolphins should be getting blown out. I'll give credit to them. They were able to fight back, get it to overtime, but, it just wasn't enough. And now we're kind of left again on a Tuesday morning, kind of going over the same recurring issues that we saw a little bit in that win over the Patriots. And
struggling quarterback, struggling offensive line, drop passes, blown coverage, allowing 3rd and long to go down the way that it was. I mean, there was just so many red holes. Let me ask from a perspective from the post game, what did you see from the players and the coaching staff? Was there anything that stuck out to you in the post game press conferences or something where they were like, yeah, we know we screwed up, or, we got to do, just something that would make me as a fan be like, all right, I like hearing that because that tells me that they're going to be ready next week.
I mean, we don't usually get too much post-game, especially after a game like that. They're not going to go over specific plays and whatnot. Jacoby did say that safety that he threw to Jalen Waddle in the end zone and ended up getting tackled. He said that was just a dumb decision. I think that, I'm not going to say the game kind of –
Have you seen the replay of that play on social media?
I did, yeah.
Do you realize that there were 3 other wide open people on the right side of the field?
I did. Yeah, Adam Shaheen coming right across the middle. And I also realized that if Jacoby isn't throwing that ball so high, maybe Jalen has a chance to get out the end zone. But still, that's not even the pass you even want to throw when you're on your 1 yard line. But, kind of going back
In
to
your own
original,
end zone, bro. Like
yeah.
here's the reality. Jacoby on certain areas is more progressed than Tua is just because he's a veteran. But that play right there was just boneheaded as boneheaded could be.
Yeah, and he took credit for that. And like I said, I'm not gonna say the game kind of like turned right there, but it did give Las Vegas some momentum, and you saw they were able to get a field goal afterward, and then kind of
They
pick it up
progressed
from
on it.
there.
They
Yeah,
progressed on it.
they definitely built off that.
So you go in the second and third quarter, there's absolutely nothing. And the defense consistently gave up 3rd and long the entire game for the most part, up until the end. What was it about that? I mean, look, you and I both know Jeremy Kahn very well. Jeremy Kahn would always say, good teams find a way to win. And so I was telling myself that in the fourth quarter yesterday, Daniel. I'm like, you know what? Good teams find a way to win. We're going to find a way to come back and win it. And it didn't quite happen. And it showed me that I feel like we're the same team for the last 25 years. Is there something that you can tell me for me to hang my hat on that you saw that's like, Steven, they're going to be okay? Is there anything that you saw that I can hang my hat on?
I mean, you got to give credit to them for the way they were able to rally around Jacoby late in that game, especially with the 2-minute drill late, just always finding. I mean, I thought they were kind of left for dead a lot of times. I mean, you got 4th and 8. He completes that pass to Devontae Parker. 4th and 20 in overtime. I mean, who would have thought he's able to find Gesicki on the run? I thought that was game over right there. So just the way that they were able to rally around Jacoby, now you're still leaving yourself wondering, why weren't you able to move the ball down the field earlier? Why did you have to wait until the game was really on the line? So I think that definitely they're kind of going back to the drawing board and trying to see how can they scheme up those explosive plays earlier in the game and often.
So, and that was the other thing, the game plan. The game plan seemed very odd to me, the play calling. So, if you've listened to any sports radio over the last 48 hours or Miami Sports Talk, you would know that there's a big questioning of having 2 offensive coordinators. Yeah. And it just seems like there's no consistent game plan. And it wasn't until the fourth quarter that they looked like they were able to produce something together. And you're like, why couldn't they run that for all 4 quarters? And it just made me scratch my head. Do you see there being a confliction with 2 offensive coordinators? And what is the reason that you haven't seen a consistent game plan in the first 3 weeks?
I don't want to say inconsistency in terms of the game plan. I would say that the pairing and the decision to make 2 co-offensive coordinators kind of gets weirder by the week. I think we all kind of know that George Gatti is likely calling the plays on a week-to-week basis. It's not like he's kind of sharing it 1 week with Studesville and then the other week, he gets it and they're kind of going back and forth. I don't think that's the case. We asked them a lot about this pairing, and it seems like during the week there's a lot of collaboration in terms of them just talking out what they think would be best for the offense. I think it's more of an accountability issue, just not being able to say this person is solely in charge of making certain decisions, because we don't know during game day exactly what that process is. As this offense continues to struggle, I think that Flores' decision to name 2 co-offensive coordinators and really kind of 2 kind of more inexperienced. I know Gatti has some experience in Houston with the Texans, but the decision to not maybe get a more veteran guy who has real firm experience calling plays, I think that's starting to become more questionable as the season goes.
Those errors are becoming more and more glaring, as you can see throughout as the season progresses, and I think that's going to be a big deal. So let's get away from that. Let's talk about the Colts game. The Colts are 0-3. They've had a couple of rough games in their first 3 games where it looks like they were playing some competitive football and just couldn't quite get it out yet. I don't want the Dolphins to sleep on this team because they're 0-3. What do the Dolphins need to do to win on Sunday?
They got to get more consistency in offense on the offense side of the ball. But I haven't watched a ton of Colts film or whatever. But I think this is a game that I picked them to win before the season, despite the struggles and some of the flaws that the Dolphins showed, I still think this is a game that they can win and should win, and honestly will, and I'm predicting them to win this game. Quentin Nelson, the all-pro left guard, or I believe left guard for the Colts, he's probably not going to play with the high ankle sprain. Carson Wentz is hobbled. He has 2 sprained ankles, so I don't know how mobile he's going to be. And if we know anything about Carson Wentz for the past couple of years, he's turnover prone. I think that plays right into the hands of this defense. I think we could see a defense that kind of really has a real bounce-back game. Sacks him a couple times, get a couple turnovers, the interception, a fumble, recovery. It kind of makes things easier on the offense. I'm not expecting the offense to be world beaters against the Colts, but I think that we'll see some improvement. And again, I think we saw some improvement against the Raiders despite some of those early struggles and not being able to really finish drives early in that game.
No doubt. Well, I mean, look, here's the other thing, too. We're about to play back in front of our home crowd again.
Exactly.
We're not playing the Buffalo Bills, who, by the way, Daniel, they've looked like the best team in the NFL right now. Would you agree with that, the Bills? Because they blew us out. They took care of Washington,
I don't know about the best team in the NFL. Maybe one of the top teams in the AFC. Obviously, I don't want to rag on the Dolphins, but wins over the Dolphins and the Washington football team aren't like the big wins you would say they are. I gotta put the Rams maybe up there, but the Bills are definitely looking.
But it goes back, Daniel, to good teams find a way to win, and
That's
right
true.
now Buffalo does look like that good team,
Yeah.
and so I want Miami to be that. So I feel like we should win on Sunday, and we should win. We should win, in my opinion. We should blow them out. I really do. I really think we should have a big game. Yeah, 100%. So if we have a big game, we blow them out. We sit at 2-2 going against the defending Super Bowl champions, who I believe can be beat.
Yeah.
Who the Dolphins know that they own Tom Brady in the state of Florida. I don't care if it's in Tampa. He doesn't do well in the state of Florida against the Dolphins, and I'm sticking to that, Daniel. That's how it's going to go.
Oof, you got a lot of confidence. You're picking a blowout win against the Colts. You didn't go so far as to pick the upset, but you were leaning into the upset against the Bucs.
I'm leaning towards it. I need to see how this week goes, bro.
I got you.
I need to see how this week goes.
I got you. I mean, you got to keep the faith. I think, like I said, I agree with you. I think they're going to beat the Colts. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I do think that they're going to bounce back. And I think the matchup kind of leans in the Dolphins' favor, especially being at home. And then we see what happens with the Bucs. Obviously, Tua is still out for 2 more games, so you're really hoping Jacoby can keep the ship steady. I think they pick up a win against the Colts right here. I think that puts them in really good shape. I don't think the season isn't over because they lost this past game. The season won't be over if they lose to the Colts. A Colts win right there would be real big, kind of heading into that game and against the Bucs and then the London game. But you just gotta take it 1 week at a time. I hate to sound like Flores right there, but you gotta take it 1 week at a time. The season isn't just in the trash.
I agree with that. And so let me ask you about some off the field stuff. Okay. So you just hit the nail on the head. Tua is out for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's 3 weeks. I understand Jacoby did okay. He played, in my opinion, Jacoby played the best that he could play.
He was a backup. He played like a backup,
Correct. You know what I'm about to bring up. You know whose name I'm about to say.
I do.
And is there any buzz between the beat reporters or among the reporters or people that cover the team that think this is a viable possibility or something that the Dolphins should pursue? Because I know you guys have had at least conversations about it amongst yourselves.
Yeah, of course. I mean, of course, I think that there's definitely a segment of the beat population that's like, just go for it. I think, probably a good amount of guys are just like, you should go for it. That's, got allowed to say the game. You didn't say the name, so I didn't know if it was taboo.
No. Deshaun Watson. Look, I know.
Sure.
Here's the reality, Daniel. I am the president of Bring Deshaun Watson to Miami Talk. Okay,
Yeah.
I want to see it, but what I want to know is it just talk, or is it something that the Dolphins need? Now, I'm not saying you have an inside source or you know anything.
Yeah.
But I feel like beat reporters, for the most part, when they get together, they talk real talk.
Yeah.
And so what I want to know, what is the inside chatter amongst the beat reporters? You don't have to name names or call anybody out.
Yeah.
I just want to know what the inside talk is amongst the beat reporters about this.
I think that just kind of widespread, there's a belief. There's an understanding that Deshaun Watson is, Chargers aside and off the field stuff aside, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And this is a team that's talented enough that if you put him in at quarterback, they can probably be a contending team in the AFC. While you say you're the president of the Bring Him to Miami Club, I'm kind of the other way where I say, yeah, he would make this team better, but is the ends just how's the phrase go? Does it justify like the means or whatever? To give up all the significant draft capital that you work to acquire, and maybe give up some young cornerstones.
Let me pause you there, Daniel. There's some of the fan base that would argue you that the Dolphins haven't done a good enough job with the draft capital that they've used.
Exactly, and I get that. But I keep on saying, if you give up, 3 first rounders, a second, and maybe 2 young picks, and then you still got Deshaun Watson behind a struggling offensive line. I mean, yeah, he'll make the offensive line look a little bit better, but how much better? I mean, we're seeing guys just flat out get beat and not even like get their assignments right. So you really want to put your franchise quarterback in that. Like, are you still going to be able to build around that franchise quarterback? It's not just him. You're not just going to throw him in and then magically everything's going to be settled and be okay. You still have to build that team around him. So that's my fear and my concern about just kind of like thinking, oh, Deshaun Watson's going to save everything in this franchise.
Hey, look, man. The other thing is, and Christmas in Somerville brought it up, and some other friends brought it up to me on the phone yesterday. The name Aaron Rodgers obviously has been kicked around. I don't think anything's going to happen this year, but that relationship looks like it's severely severed in Green Bay. Would you want to see Aaron Rodgers in a Dolphins uniform? Because I personally don't, because I think he's at the end of his career, and who knows when he can say, peace out, y'all. I'm going to do Jeopardy.
Yeah, I haven't like seen the buzz about like the reports about that.
Me neither.
Yeah, I mean, you say you think he's at the end of his career. I mean, I don't know. I think Dolphins fans might be open to one more season. Aaron Rodgers. He looked pretty good on Sunday night. I'll say
he looked amazing. I'm not saying he didn't, but my argument to the Aaron Rodgers conversation is Aaron Rodgers has 2 or 3 seasons left, maybe.
Yeah,
and you never know when he could just say screw it.
I mean, why don't you sign him to
Deshaun Watson wants to play in the NFL. In my personal opinion, he's going to come back from this.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I think you got 14 or 15 years with him. Now, there are some other people in the fan base that'll say, bring in Aaron Rodgers, let him sit behind Tua, and let Tua sit on the bench for 2 years or 3 years.
That's an awkward situation to put in.
I agree. I 100% agree with you, Daniel. And I think that situation is personally, this is how I would have played the situation. You draft Tua. I don't have a problem with you drafting Tua. In fact, I probably still to this day, I'm not saying hindsight being 2020 because we all know Herbert looks better than Tua.
Yeah.
But there's nothing at that time, in my opinion, that would have made me draft Herbert over Tua at that time. I'm being honest. I
think a lot of people say that. A lot of people will say at that point in time in 2019 or whatever it was, or 2020, that no, there wasn't real strong belief to think that Herbert should go over him. Yeah.
So you draft Tua, you have Fitzpatrick there. I never would have started Tua last year. I would have let him sat behind the bench, behind Fitzpatrick the entire year.
Yep.
Because it still leaves that unknown and that opportunity to get better, right?
Yeah.
So now you have him there. I definitely would have kept Fitzpatrick for another year, if not 2, to play here, right? And then you're kind of in the situation maybe that you're in now. Maybe Fitzpatrick gets hurt again, which he obviously did in Washington, and Tua has to play. But the reality is, I would not have started him from the beginning. And so now I just feel like if you go out and you get another quarterback that is Aaron Rodgers or some Aaron Rodgers-esque, you're not going to get anybody that's Aaron Rodgers, or you're not going to get anybody that's Deshaun Watson unless you go out and trade for them. That's 2 things. So in my opinion, those are the only 2 guys you have, because the third or fourth option you have is to go out and draft a young quarterback to compete with Tua. But then in my opinion, you're still in the same boat that you're in.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Tua's a bust in any way, shape, or form. I think Tua is somebody that just needs to play and get more, experience. But the reality is this team is not going to succeed with a quarterback, in my opinion, that is somebody who's trying to gain experience. They need somebody who can read defenses now and make the adjustments at the line of scrimmage and understand the playbook when they're getting and do you agree or disagree with any of that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough position because, I think the rebuild kind of developed a little faster than most people expected. And seeing how well they played with Fitzpatrick last year kind of just warped everyone's thinking. Like, okay, this team is ready to win now. And like I said, just the defense being as good as it is, Tua's in a tough spot. I agree with you. I think that if he didn't play at all as a rookie, and now year 2 is kind of his rookie year, I think he would be kind of given a little bit more grace. Because I mean, just think of it. I was about to tweet it out last night, but I wasn't trying to stir up Dolphins Twitter on a Monday night. You look at Jalen Hurts struggling a little bit in that Monday night game.
He looked rough.
All the rookies. I mean, I'm trying to think out of the first and second year quarterbacks. I mean, outside of Herbert and Burrow, I mean, who was really, really like looking great. So I mean, I was just kind of
Burrow's even struggled this year, though.
Yeah. I mean, this team's 2-1, but he's had some struggles as well. So I say that all to say, I mean, Tua didn't have a bad rookie year, by any means. I don't think that the team was necessarily winning because of him, but he wasn't like as bad as some people try to portray.
And I'm not saying that he is. I'm just saying he's a project that needs to get better.
Yeah, and that's my only thing. Like, I'm not a Tua apologist, but I'm also not really like a Tua defender. I just think that we just gotta give it time. I mean, there's a lot of confirmation bias going on. Like when he got hurt, there was a lot of confirmation bias. Like and I keep on saying the injury wasn't really his fault, but people were kind of using that whole moment to say, oh well, we told you he's too small, or when they started 1-2. Like I thought it was weird that the team lost without Tua, and there were still people like Tua was still in people's mouths, and I'm like, well, Tua didn't even play.
Bro, if you listened to my show yesterday, it was like 30-40% Tua.
Yeah, like, I don't know why the loss was an indictment on Tua. He didn't play at all. So I just keep on saying, like, just give him the time. If he ends up not being worthy of the number 5 overall pick, okay, but he hasn't been given the time. And like I say, there's a lot of young quarterbacks that are struggling just as bad, if not worse, as him. So like I feel like it's hard to be patient, but you gotta be patient. Just give him time. If at the end of the season you missed the playoffs, he didn't play well, and you want to say, okay, let's move off from, let's do that. But this game to game, week to week, just big like condemnation or big like this judgment of Tua after every single game, even when he's not playing, just doesn't make sense to me.
All right, Daniel, I don't want to keep you all morning because we could talk about this all morning.
We could, man. I was just getting warmed up.
He's like, I'm getting ready. I'm getting in. Well, look, man, let me ask you, Daniel, where can people find you? And, also talk about your podcast too.
Yeah, so obviously, if you want to follow kind of my tweets on the team on social media, it's Twitter, it's at Daniel Oyefusi, just kind of like it is shown there. We have the Dolphins in Depth podcast, which I record every Tuesday afternoon.
Dolphins in Depth, right?
Dolphins in Depth podcast. Yeah, you can find it wherever, Spotify, Apple, wherever, you find all the streaming platforms for podcasts. This week, I got a real special guest. Now, I've been bringing guests on every week, so I'm not gonna share the identity yet. But if you've been following the Dolphins for a long time, you'll know the face. The name.
You're trying to say it's a big name in the Dolphins' past, in the Dolphins' history?
I mean, I won't hype it up like that. A former guy that covered the team. So, kind of bringing back the past and getting his perspective on what he sees from the team now based off of, what he's seen from before covering the team. But, we're going to get into, all the Tua talk and all the just what does this mean for the team going forward,
When are you going to have that guy Steven Daniels on your show, man? That's all I'm saying.
I heard he's requesting a couple thousand to get on the podcast, so we gotta negotiate that.
Hey, look, tell people about the Miami Herald and subscribing and reading all your content up there.
Yeah, exactly. So, everything that I write goes on MiamiHerald.com, Miami Herald on social media. We got a real cool subscription deal where you can just, like, it's an all sports pass. So, if you just want to come for Dolphins and Heat and UM and all that stuff, you can just get it there. I don't know the exact amount, but if you go on MiamiHerald.com, you can find it there.
Look, Daniel, bro, you're my man. I really appreciate. I love doing this every Tuesday with you. I don't know about fun, you,
man. Gets my day started right,
Hey, that's what we try to do here on Clock Blockers. Well, look, man, Daniel, Miami Herald, go check him out. Go check him out on Twitter. Go follow my man. I'm serious. And Daniel, you're the man, brother. I appreciate you coming on.
Of course, anytime, man.
All right, brother. You have a good one.
You too.
All right, guys. That was Daniel Oyefusi. I said it right. That's right. I said it. From the Miami Herald, beat reporter, who's here each and every Tuesday morning. So make sure you guys go check out my man Daniel right here on Clock Blockers each and every Tuesday morning. All right, guys, what's going on? Do y'all like that? Do y'all have any questions? Do y'all want to ask me something about that? There's a couple things I want to talk about before I open up the fan panel this morning. So obviously I caused a big commotion and stir yesterday. And I'm not backtracking. I just want to clarify my statement from yesterday. Okay. I am a Dolphins supporter. I'm not a two-in-ear. I'm not a Watson-ear. I am with wherever is going to get this franchise into a winning mode, into playoff mode, into Super Bowl mode. That's what I'm about. I need y'all to understand that. Okay. I have a tattoo. This is an older jersey, so I can't pull up my Dolphins tattoo all the way. Ugh! Yeah, I can't do it. Anyways, look, at the end of the day, that's all I want to see is the Dolphins do well. And so when I make a statement that I made yesterday about Watson and Marino, Dan Marino is the reason that I became a Miami Dolphins fan. And I don't think, if I'm honest with myself, I don't think that Watson is there yet. But I think Watson has tangibles that Marino never had. But also I think that he can or has the opportunity to be better than Marino down the line. A lot of things need to happen. But I just want to throw that out there because I don't want there to be confusion. Like, I love the Dolphins. I love everything about the Dolphins. You'll never hear anything less than me. I also want to keep it real with you guys. I don't want to give you guys that fan bandwagon stuff. I truly believe what I say. I think the Dolphins are going to blow out the Colts this week. I think they have a real legit shot to beat Tampa. I think a lot of that hinges on the play of Jacoby Brissett. I think a lot of that hinges on the play of the offensive line. But at the end of the day, that's what needs to happen in order for the Dolphins to keep this train going and stay off in playoff contention. Because here's the reality, boys and girls. We are 1-2 and in second place in the AFC East. We beat the Colts. We sit at 2-2. We're still right there in the thick of things. Okay? So, that's basically, what's going to happen. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up the chat room. I want you guys to come on. If you guys want to call me out, feel free to call me out. I'm here for it. I'll take the smoke. I'll take the heat. But just know I love you guys. If you haven't done so already, please go hit that like button. Hit the like button, okay? Make sure you guys go hit that like button and share the content, all right? Also, real quick, I do want to let you guys know about 305sports.net. Matter of fact, let me put the link in the chat and start building up people in the back while I do that. Here we go. All right, there we go. In the chat has the link to get up here for this morning. I want to talk to you guys about 305sports.net and my man, Jamie Bahamas. To read the best Miami Dolphins content on the web, make sure you check out our media director, Jamie Bahamas' content on 305sports.net. Go follow 305 Sports on social media at 305 Sports. That's 2 S's at the end. And make sure you go download Talking About Them Dolphins with Jamie Bahamas on all platforms for the podcast. Follow Jamie at the Jamie Bahamas, Miami fans' #1 morning show, Clock Blockers. Go check them out. Love 305sports.net. They're absolutely amazing. Great stuff. All right. Let me start bringing on some people. Let me bring on Pamela and Rashad. What's up, Pamela and Rashad?
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning. What's going on with you? How are you doing?
Well, so I have a couple things that I just have to say. You can see how quickly I jumped on that link. I was on it.
You were on it. You were ready to go. Am I about to get this heat from Pamela?
Well, you're about to get a little something. So
I want no problems, Pam. I thought me and you were cool.
Oh, we're cool. We're cool. I mean, you can.
I gotta take this smoke.
I'll take
it. Come on.
I can. You can have your opinion. I'm just gonna tell you wrong.
I like it, Pamela. All right, I'm ready to hear it. Let's go.
Okay, so to compare Watson to Dan Marino, so I understand what you're saying. Down the line, you think he will have that kind of career. Okay, but you can never compare the two, and here's why. the game is not the same. Dan played when football was football, and it was a lot tougher.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you might as well just put on a little marshmallow hat and, because you can't touch a quarterback.
Yep.
Right. So they're to compare a quarterback in today's league to a quarterback, in the past, especially back from when football was still really football, I don't think you can ever do it. And so the other thing is about Tua. Now, I was never the one wanting us to draft Tua, but once he put on that aqua and orange shirt, then that's the man, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that when you use the words trash or garbage describing a human being, and especially one that's so accomplished and such a, he's just like a good person. If you disagree with him as a quarterback, fine. But don't call the man trash. Trash is a child molester, a animal abuser, a rapist, a murderer. That's trash.
Now, I've never used the word trash to describe him.
I'm not talking to you personally. I know you don't. I
just wanted to make sure
that.
we drew the line where I was getting yelled at by you and where that ended, and I was not getting.
I'm just moving on to Dolphin Nation in general. Have some respect when you talk to people. Don't call them, I'm telling you, the stuff I've seen out there this week, trashing Tua, who sat on the bench. Are you kidding me? Come on. So I said my piece, and I'm like you said, a Dolphin fan. They're wearing aqua and orange. I'm rooting for them.
Hey, I'm not mad at you there. Rashad, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm good.
All right. The floor is yours, man. If you want to get at me or agree with what Pamela said or any of the above.
I mean, of course, I agree with Pamela on where she's coming from. With your take yesterday with the Watson and Marino, I don't know where you got that from, because Watson has been in some pretty good offenses, and surprisingly, last year was his best year. He's never been like an MVP candidate, so I honestly don't know where you got that from. That's just me, but I understand in the heat of the moment where you would think that how bad we've been, how much we want Watson. I understand the way the fan base boosts up Watson and why. I mean, he's a great quarterback.
He's a great quarterback, man. He's a great quarterback,
but he's not Dan Marino. Like that's a whole different story. But besides that, my only take, like after yesterday to hear, after Sunday to hear everything what everybody's been saying, I've pretty much been saying since we beat the Patriots, the play calling is atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
The offensive line is atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
And when Tua's out the game and Brissett does it, it's the same excuses, but it's okay now. It's, the play calling was just dink and dunk until the fourth quarter. Well, isn't that what it was last year with Tua? At least versus the Patriots, he sat there, held onto the ball, and tried to make a play, but we criticized him last year for not holding on to the ball too long, and now everybody sees why he was getting rid of the ball so fast. It's, he's holding on to the ball too long. This offensive line, if this was a different quarterback, he would do this. Like, he's played one game in 2 plays, like, and we gave up already. Like, we've seen one game in 2 plays, and we've Tua hasn't progressed at all. Well, we just played the Patriots, one of the best defenses and probably the best defensive mind at coach in the league. That's what we're going off of.
We're not. I hear you. Let me bring in Estefan and Pistol Pete. Estefan, what's up, man? How you feeling, brother?
Like shit.
Well,
hey, can you hear me?
Yes. And by the way, just so you know, You owe big time to the swear jar,
I
and you're
got
already
you.
down today. You're
I
already
got
down
you.
today. You're starting off wrong, Estefan. You're starting off wrong.
I got you. Hey, first of all, good morning to everybody. I don't think that Tua is a bust, but Deshaun Watson is not going to be available forever. Pull the trigger while you got an upgrade that you can make to the quarterback position and makes the team better. That's all. Nobody hates Tua. He's a good guy. He's going to be a good quarterback. He'll be good enough to get you to the playoffs. But we can go a whole lot farther with Deshaun Watson. That's where I'm at.
Hey, Pistol Pete, what's up, man? How are you, brother?
Good morning.
Good morning to you, man. Do you take a walk every morning? Because I like where you're at, man. It looks like you just finished your walk and you're listening and you're just enjoying clock blockers. That's what it looks like.
Well, you're right on. That's exactly what it is.
I like it.
But just to give you my credentials too, because I plan on being a part of the show and talking with you guys. I'm a born and raised Miamian. My dad went to Coral Springs, Gables High School. He played a little pro baseball. I played football, basketball, baseball at American Heritage. I played basketball and baseball in college. I've been a diehard Dolphin fan my whole life, and I got a Dolphins tattoo when we were 0-12, just to show my loyalty. The year Greg Camarillo caught that slant pass in overtime.
Greg Camarillo, brother, you get drinks for life, my guy.
That's the closest thing. That's the closest thing I've experienced to the Dolphins winning the Super Bowl. So, but anyways, my point that I want to talk about on Tua is this: I'm not a Tua hater. I didn't like Tua as our draft pick, but once he put on the uniform, like Pamela said, I was a supporter because I'm a Dolphin fan and I support the Dolphins. Mm-hmm. But I've watched him. He still needs a couple years to mature. He's a good quarterback, but there is definitely a ceiling with him as our QB right now. And with our defense, as good as I think it is, if we have an opportunity to bring in Deshaun Watson, that would put us legitimately not only in playoff contention, but I believe possibly in the Super Bowl. Now, again, I'm a homer, but I really believe that bringing Deshaun Watson.
But you admit it, and that's half the battle.
I'm a homer, but bringing Deshaun Watson takes us to a whole nother level. It's not even comparable. If we have an opportunity to get a guy like that, you get him right now because our defense is stout. If our team wasn't ready, if we brought in Deshaun Watson and we had a bum team, it would be a different story, but we don't. We have a lot of talent. We have a very talented roster, and we're only a couple positions away from being serious. And I just think if we get Deshaun Watson, which I honestly think is going to happen in the next week or two, I truly believe that the trade talks are going to end up. I think we're going to end up with Deshaun Watson in the next couple of weeks, and I'm excited for it. And that has nothing against Tua.
Yeah, I think here's the other thing, too, that people need to realize. People feel like if I am for Watson, then I am against Tua. That is not the case. I just know the reality of where this team is and what this team's ceiling is with having somebody like Jacoby or Tua at quarterback right now. And that ceiling is not a playoff win, in my opinion. I don't think we're there with those two guys yet. By the way, I don't think that Tua – somebody had said that I think that Tua can be better than Watson one day. Somebody wrote that in the chat a little bit ago. I don't know if that's the case, and I'm not going to argue with that yes or no one way or the other. But what I will say is we will not know till year 3 or 4 with Tua. By the way, we're in year 2. And so
the one last thing about Tua too is just like from watching sports my whole life, watching Marino, watching the guys, Tua to me doesn't pass the eye test as far as when he drops back, he looks small. And the big quarterbacks, they can step up in the pocket, they can see over the line like Tom Brady, Marino, not Jacoby Brissett in that caliber, but I'm just talking size-wise. He climbs the pocket, he can see downfield and make a throw. If you're going to be what I think Tua's size is, you need to be very mobile, like Steve Young was, or these guys that get outside the pocket. And that's just really not his game.
Estefan, $5 is not enough with all the F-bombs that you dropped yesterday. That's all I'm going to say. You were going crazy yesterday, my guy. All right, let's see here. Texans turned down 3 first rounds for Watson. We're really in 11. We really in 11 game. I don't know what you mean by that, Sway 2387. But let me bring on another person to the panel. Chaos Kane. What's up, Chaos?
What's up?
What's up, man? How are you, brother?
I'm pretty good. How y'all fellas doing this morning?
Hey, and lady, I was about to say, don't forget Pamela.
I said it. I said it.
Go ahead, Chaos. What's up, man? What are you feeling? Tell me what's on your mind.
Hey, first, who all going to the Atlanta game? Because I'm gonna be down there for that game, and I'm definitely going to the tailgate.
Well, you know you got to go to tailgreeter.com.
I already did. I'm already doing. My wife taking care of that. It's gonna be her first Dolphin game.
And you're going to tailgreeter.com and going to East 32 Dolphins tailgate?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Cameron, if you're listening, when my man comes see you in Atlanta game, take care of my man.
Okay, when Tua was drafted, you guys, my wife, she got it on video. I was pissed off. I was pissed off because I ain't want him in the first place. I felt like he was too short, too fragile. That's my honest opinion. But once we got him, okay, especially watching Reason's show, I was convinced. That's support him. So I'm supporting Tua 100%. But if we can get Deshaun Watson, we need to make that trade and holler at Pittsburgh and trade Tua to Pittsburgh. They having crazy trouble with Big Ben, and eventually they're going to need a quarterback.
Well, I feel like they screwed up royally with not drafting somebody to replace him.
We have we used to trading with Pittsburgh. We did trade it with them before. So we could trade Tua to Pittsburgh. Now, that still keep him in the AFC. Keep him in our conference. But it is what it is. We can get something for him. Get Deshaun Watson. Make this trade. We might well make the trade. Deshaun Watson is bigger. He can take more of a beating because our offensive line is horrible. They ain't play a good. I swear, Austin Jackson, I can block better than him. 65
Tell me how you really feel, Chaos. Tell me how you really feel about Austin Jackson.
He was the worst, besides Ted Ginn Jr. and that defensive end we drafted. He like the third worstest player we ever drafted.
Wow. So,
him and Needham.
Woo!
Him and drafted in the first round. They are horrible.
He's worse than Ted Ginn.
What'd you say, Rashad? What'd you say, Rashad?
Austin Jackson is worse than Ted Ginn Jr. Like,
okay,
he might be worse than Deion Jordan. I'm gonna keep it a buck. He's that bad.
He might be worse than Deion Jordan. We consider him to be our worst pick ever.
Nobody's worse than Ted Ginn. Nobody.
Deion Jordan didn't even play, and I think he's.
Y'all do realize though, Ted Ginn had like a 13-year career in the NFL, but he wasn't worth what we drafted him at the position we drafted him.
Well, he was worse than that.
Don't want to give up on him.
Hold on, wait.
Our coaches.
Did we see that the Raiders' best offensive lineman versus us was the same offensive lineman that we cut was part of our first cut?
Dude, that one hurts so bad. It's Elmanor.
Yeah.
And I want to say Reason actually brought up a really good point. Was it Reason? It was somebody on Twitter. I believe it was Reason. And if I'm wrong, I apologize, Reason. But I want to say Reason was even saying that, hey, bro, if our offensive line or if our scouting department can't see talent like that, then we have a huge problem than just coaching in the first place. Because, to lose somebody that is producing at that level in Vegas for Derek Carr, that says something. And he was on our team. Oh, I'm not denying that. But
they got a offensive line coach. And it might not be Austin Jackson. They might not be teaching him the proper techniques to stay in the game because
that's part of the problem, Chaos.
That's been my point. That's been my point since the Patriots game. Like, I don't see as Dolphins fans how we ignore how bad the play calling is, how bad the development is of the offense. Like I don't get how we just ignore that, and then we're just like, well, Tua should have picked a different play. Tua should have did this. Tua should have called out the protection. It happens to Jacoby. Jacoby didn't score the whole Bills game, and it's still Tua didn't do it. I'm like, Tua played 5 plays. Like, come on.
I'm
man.
just trying to figure out who the worst is in development out of my teams. The Dolphins are the Hurricanes.
Now, let me ask you, Chaos. How old are you? Just out of curiosity.
40.
All right. So you've seen some bad losing by this team since you were a kid.
Yeah.
You've seen
Hard.
some mediocrity at its finest. Does the one thing that scares you, and I'm again, I know that people might crucify. I'm not trying to sound like a Debbie Downer. I'm not trying to sound like a negative Nelly. I just think that this looks very eerily similar to years past if we keep on going the same route that we're going right now. If we don't find a way to change course direction, it's another mediocre season at its finest, in my opinion. Would you agree with that or disagree?
Oh, I agree with that. The hardest part is my stepson. I've been taking care of him since 9 years old, and I done made him a complete Dolphin and Miami Hurricane fan, but he haven't seen winning out of neither one of the teams.
That was a horrible punishment.
It was a horrible punishment.
I would like to know what happened to the fire.
To what?
You know, to the fire. What happened to the fire of this team? There was so much passion on this team last season.
We got coaching staff.
There's folks
We got
not
a
all
coaching
in.
staff that got we got a really young team.
I
understand.
We do.
Young coaches and a young team and don't have veteran coaches. We have a lot of young coaches on our staff. So now they're learning on the job.
Yeah, well, but that just means they should be all that more fired up. I mean, that's what you've got is passion. I mean, that's what Coach Flo has instilled in our team, but I don't see it. Did y'all see Jacoby's face sitting on the sideline? I mean, we just came back in the fourth quarter and we're in overtime, and you're just sitting on the bench. I mean,
he was impressed because our defense gave up a big play. That was that picture right after our defense gave up that big pass.
But
and
it was even
we supposed to be able to
before
depend
that.
on our defense.
But it was even before that. I'm just saying, like, I was screaming at the top of my lungs. I was jumping up and down and being a crazy person. And there he is, sitting there looking like he's, I don't know, sad he lost his dog or something. I don't know.
Pamela, let me ask you a question. Are you a Hurricane fan too?
No, I'm not. I'm a
you
native
would, you'll
Floridian.
understand. It's something going on in Miami. I don't think nobody have the passion.
I believe.
None of them have the fire and the passion that the fans have. Like it's heartbreaking because as much as you love these teams,
they do not love you back. They do not love you back.
And every year I get twisted up in that hope. We gonna do better this year.
I know this is a bad analogy. It's not a politically correct one, but being a Dolphins fan you're in an abusive relationship. Like straight up.
Oh, I said that. I said the same thing. It's like having a girlfriend who look really, really good, and you get her, and then she break up with you, and then get you back, and then break up with you, and get you back, and you keep going back like a sucker.
Yep.
Well, you know, the whole. I'm not a Hurricane fan. I'm a Gator fan, but
which ain't much better. Which ain't much better.
Hey,
the whole state of
can
Florida
say
is
it all you want. You can say it all you want. Did y'all see how Florida played Alabama?
Who?
I'm just saying.
Who?
Yeah,
do you believe in second?
Yeah.
See, now, I talk to Gator fans on a regular basis. You can't celebrate a loss.
Yes,
no matter
you
if
can.
you lose by 1 point, you lose. And we would have beat the Raiders by 1 point. We'll celebrate. We was in overtime against the Raiders and we pissed off. We're not celebrating that.
Not only that.
Different scenario.
People need to realize after that second down in overtime, we had a 77.6% chance of winning or something like that.
And we should have. I'm telling you, that's where we get two ridiculous plays that should have had pass interference calls on them. I mean, how many times did y'all see the coaches over there on the sideline for for Vegas, and they were throwing their hands up wanting a flag? There's no flag coming. They're throwing their hands up, and oh, look, here comes a flag. I can tell you that happened twice where there was no flag coming, and those flags came. Those refs are standing right there on the sidelines, and here comes these flags. I mean, come on.
Real quick, I just want to say shout out to Andrevius. I just told my parents on Sunday that they are super villains for brainwashing me into Dolphins fandom.
Andrevius, it's not that bad.
Oh, but it is. But it is. I have a 5 and 7-year-old. My 5 and 7-year-old learned the Miami Dolphins fight song before they ever learned their ABCs. True story. Real talk.
Every student I ever had learned the Miami fight song. They can all sing it. Every single one of them. Hundreds of kids.
See, look at you using your influence on children as a professor, as a teacher of our young minds to expose that. I mean, some people would call that cruelty to kids.
I taught them what was good. I taught them the best thing ever.
I tagged my Uncle Junior last year after we lost that game to Buffalo. I say it's your fault that I go through pain and misery every
year. I say the same
every
thing to my
year
dad and
I
my
go
mom.
through pain and misery. It's your fault. And then I had one of my cousins tag me. See, that's why I didn't follow y'all.
Was last year pain and misery? I didn't think last year was pain and misery.
Anytime we lose to Buffalo, to me, it's pain and misery.
That Week 17 game was tough. Was a tough way to lose.
It was
not
horrible.
Go to the playoffs. And
because we was right on the verge of going to the playoffs, and then we lose that way to Buffalo.
That game I thought
you do realize is it this year or next year? Next year is 50 years since 1972, right? Is it 50 years next year?
And I tell people all the time,
1972.
I love that the Dolphins went undefeated, but I wasn't alive then, so I don't celebrate it.
There is fans that say that we have a curse because of that we traded our soul for that, and
no,
they might not be all. They might not be all.
It was a thing on that set.
Great heritage with the Dolphins. Come on, the 72 thing. I was more than alive. I was
we were not, Pam.
Causing trouble.
We were not.
Rubbing in, Pam.
Well,
I actually want to be older just so I can experience it.
I know, right?
It was awesome. It was truly awesome. But y'all saw Dan Marino and the Marx brothers. Are you kidding me? If you witnessed any of that, you witnessed football great history. I'm just saying.
That's heartbreaking to me too.
But I fell in love with the Dolphins because of Dan Marino. I had a Dan Marino poster above, like on my back wall, like a fathead. Like I had a Dan Marino fathead before fatheads were like a real thing. I think I had a huge poster of Dan Marino in my room, and I think some of the earliest recollections, because I'm only 34, so some of my earliest recollections for me were like Zach Thomas getting drafted, Jason Taylor. I remember Richmond Webb. I remember Trace Armstrong and Brock Marion and Patrick Surtain, and that's the team that I grew up where I fell in love with.
That's the team I grew up with. Ricky Williams,
Ricky.
Taylor.
I love Ricky.
Ricky made me a fan.
Just so everybody knows, whenever I interview Ricky on this channel, I'm gonna say that I've made it because that's my dream, to interview Ricky Williams. I want to interview Ricky.
Well, I'll tell you, I think we've had a lot to celebrate over the years. If you watch Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas play on the field, and you saw, I remember the very first time I saw Peyton Manning lined up across from Zach Thomas, and they showed the camera like Zach Thomas has got a bead on him, and they showed inside the helmet of Peyton Manning, and he looked scared. I mean, he was scared big time. It was just awesome because he knew Zach was coming for him, and he did. But you watch that, and how about Cameron Wake? How many of us? I
was at BWI Airport. I want to say this was 2018, right? Was it? He still played for us in 2018, right? So 2018, yes. I'm in the airport and I'm wearing all this Dolphin stuff, and I'm at BWI, and there's this other couple, older couple, and they're wearing Dolphin stuff too. So naturally, I'm in a Baltimore airport and I see other Dolphin fans. I gotta go up and talk to them. So I start talking with them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're going to see our son play this weekend in Miami." I'm like, "Who's your son?" I'm like, Cameron Wake." I was like, "What?" And I said it out loud, and Cameron Wake's dad kind of turned around. I was like, "I'm just messing," and he started laughing. And me and Cameron Wake's dad, no lie, talked on the flight to Miami that week. It was awesome.
Wow.
Cameron Wake's mom and dad. Shout out to you guys. Y'all were amazing. They were awesome.
Oh,
my biggest moment as meeting the Dolphin. Well, I met two different. I met one of the Duper brothers. I got a picture with him when I was working security, and I met like when I was younger and I was in high school. I finally got my chance to go to a Dolphin camp. I met Jason Teller. He came over. He gave me his gloves. Man, I ain't know how to act. That was my. Like I tell my wife, I say, "Oh, I don't like." We done seen some stars and stuff. Like I met J. Cole in person. Like we don't like. I'm like, I don't really get excited. I met the Jazz quarterback because he came to our church. I don't get excited. Then my wife was like, "So do you ever get excited for stars?" I said, "Yeah." When I seen Jason Teller,
when I seen Jason Teller, hey Chaos, no lie, J. Cole slept in my car before. True story.
Oh wow. My goodness!
What?
Yeah, so I swear I've told this story before. So I used to work, like years ago, I used to work at this warehouse. And inside this warehouse, there was a guy who was a forklift driver, and he was a good friend of mine. Well, he was J. Cole's cousin. So one day he tells me, he's like, "Hey, man, my cousin, he's a rapper. He's coming up." This is before J. Cole was big. He's coming up, and he's spending the weekend here in Baltimore. We're celebrating his birthday. Can you help me get him from the airport and everything? I was like, "Yeah, of course, no problem." So I go pick him up from the airport. Didn't know who this kid was, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm talking to Jay-Z and Rock Nation right now about signing to their record label." What do you think when somebody's in your car saying that, bro? You just talking, bro. You just talking. Yeah. But I'm like, "All right, yeah, cool. That sounds great, awesome." So we spent the whole night. We ended up getting kicked out of the hotel that we had the party in, and he slept in my car. True story. And so the next day he had to go back. We took him back to the airport. So like, I don't know, 7 months later, he comes up to me. He's like, "Hey man, my cousin's coming into town for a concert." I'm like, "Who's your cousin?" He's like, "J. Cole." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Steven, you met him. He slept in your car." I was like, that's J. Cole? So yeah, J. Cole slept in my car. True story.
That's so funny.
And that's awesome. It was one time working at Publix, a Jags player came up. I say, "Hey, you just got drafted." He was like, "Yeah, he with his girl. You want an autograph?" I said, "I'm a Dolphin fan. What I want your autograph for?" and I was like, I felt at that moment he felt because he was trying to shop for his girlfriend. Like, "Yeah, you want an autograph, don't you?" I was like, "No, I'm a Dolphin fan. What the hell I want your autograph for?" You should have seen his whole face expression. And then everybody who work in Publix knew because they was like, they know, like if you walk in the store I work in, they know I am 100% all Miami. Good,
all day,
bad,
every day. Yep.
Every day. The only time I went to Miami is because I won NFL pool this week because I had picked the Raiders. It was about money, and I just won $500 from that. I picked them up, and I got all the teams right but one. And I was tied up with 3 people, and I won last night because everybody went low on the score, and I went high.
Yo, that game last night. So watching that game, Jalen Hurts, he looked rough, but his offensive line might be worse than ours. Philadelphia's offensive line is worse than ours.
And there's
But-
no
Yeah.
offensive line worse than ours. I'm sorry.
Nah, Philadelphia's looked bad last night, man. If you watch that game, but you know, it also made me think of
They
this.
had 3 injuries though on the offensive line. There was 3 people out.
Our
We don't have 3
starters,
people out.
there's a play where Eichenberg and I believe it was Dieter. No, not Dieter, Jesse Davis. They were blocking each other. There were 3 people on Jacoby, and they were blocking each other.
Well, okay, I know we've been Debbie Downer, but a bright note about the game. Did you see our defensive end knock somebody on their behind going?
Oh,
Christian Wilkins.
He
Christian
lifted him off his
Wilkins.
feet.
No, Phillips, Bull. Like that was my one thing.
Jalen Phillips had a great game, by the way. I
That
thought
was
he
one
played
thing.
really good.
That's one thing that I wanted Gregory Rousseau for, because his pass rushing was all natural. It was strength, bull rush. Jalen Phillips is more finesse, more moves, more instinct. But when I seen that bull rush, my eyes got so big. That's when Brandon Jones got that sack. But Jalen Phillips came.
Brandon Jones got that
flying
sack
through.
untouched going through the wasn't even touched.
My
No,
jaw dropped. I was like,
And
he
don't
got
forget
that?
Christian Wilkins. I think it was on the very first play or
No,
something. It was
Christian
real
Wilkins got a
early.
good sack too. Yeah.
Do you
yeah.
think towards the
Yeah.
end of the game our defense got rolled out?
And Florida born, Kentucky grown.
Giving up
That's
those third
right.
downs?
Oba
Yeah.
balled out.
Agba balled out, no doubt. What did you say, Chaos?
Do you think at the end of the game our defense got rolled out? That's why they gave up them plays at the end of the game.
Third down plays. Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, look, here was a problem with that game on Sunday. So we consistently found ourselves in 3rd and long against them. So on 1st and 2nd down, we were doing stuff right. But if you go back and look, and I have not gone back and look at the tape, and I don't do all 22, and maybe I should. But I would be willing, if I was a betting man, which I am not, as everybody knows, I am not a betting man. I'm telling you right now, if you look at some of those blown coverages on those 3rd downs, it's because there were 2 or 3 defensive players in the very same exact spot on the field. So, of course, that's going to leave somebody open. And I don't know what happened on 3rd down, but it consistently happened on Sunday where there were 2 or 3, whether it was a linebacker and somebody from the secondary or 2 people from the second, but it was just bad. It was just bad. And
You want me to tell you what I think happened? I'm telling you, I think they played their heart out that 4th quarter, and that comeback to be in overtime. We're there, and they stop them. To hold them to a field goal. We drive the field. We're right there, and we don't.
I
get
personally
the
think
call.
I think we should have went for it on 4th and 2.
I
That's just
think
my
we should have
opinion.
went for it. I believe that too. What did we have to lose? Because
No.
if they scored again, we lost. That's all there was to it.
We knew how their offense was playing. In my opinion, I could have lived with myself better knowing that we lost that game trying to go for it on 4th and 2 rather than tie it up and lose it the way that we did. That's just my opinion.
We lost that game because the idiots threw that pass in the end zone.
That 3rd and 3 play call was probably worse than the
shovel.
safety.
The shovel pass.
That
Yes.
shovel pass to a tight end behind the
That
line
was
of
horrible.
scrimmage might have been worse than the safety
That
play
was
call. That was
yes,
the
Rashad.
dumbest. I am so upset with this play calling to the point.
All right, I gotta run in here and talk to my lawyer about this house. If y'all still on, I'll jump back in.
Hey, Chaos, tell your lawyer to make sure he don't charge you nothing, man. Tell him he needs to do this pro bono.
It's all good. This is my uncle, so he doing it pro bono anyway. So
That's good.
it's
See you
a benefit
later.
to having family. But I gotta run in here because we trying to buy a new house.
All right, Chaos. Well,
right.
Where do you live at? Real quick, where do you live at?
I'm in Jacksonville, but I grew up in Miami. Graduated from Miami Northwestern.
Because Solo D's a real estate agent. I was just trying to help Solo D out. Solo D could be a realtor. I'm just saying.
He could, especially with a Dolphin, but I'll never move back to Miami.
You can move around Miami, man. Be in that area, like outside.
I want to move back so bad, but me and my wife can't move back until like we retire. Like my wife feels she can go anywhere she want, but because she's a surgeon assistant. But
Okay.
I cannot like
Chaos got that wife that make that good money. All right, I got you.
I'm a meat cutter. My wife make more than I do, and I tell people that, and I ain't ashamed of it.
You
So,
shouldn't be.
so my wife does too, bro. Hey,
I
high five, my guy. High five.
Yeah, I cut meat for a living.
Shouldn't be. Meat cutter. That's a great. Listen, we all appreciate the meat cutter.
Oh,
I got
know.
so many jokes, Chaos, about you being the meat cutter. I'm gonna leave it. You my man. You my A1. I got you though.
Oh, I done heard a lot.
I'm sure you have.
And let me say this before I go. Another reason I hate Buffalo so much, because I got a crazy Buffalo fan that come to my store. He be having on the Buffalo wing hat. And he and when they beat us, he come in here with this outfit on. It drives me crazy. And he comes straight to my department to look for me.
I'm sure. See.
Well, I hope you set
it's
him up real good.
Tell him we got another game this year. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
We got to show up to that game. But all right, fellas. All right, Miss Pam.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. This is Miami Sports Music Podcast Network, #1 morning show, Clock Blockers. We still got some time left. So, I mean, in the chat, I'm putting the link into it. Come on up here. Damien, come on up here. Andrevius, let's go. Let's hear from you.
I want to make a couple comments on a couple comments I see. So,
Pamela about to get on y'all. Pamela about to get on y'all now.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I really think some of the comments are great, but somebody had brought up the fact that the shovel pass had worked before, which is true. But in that situation, on that spot on the field, the way their defense was, that just was not going to work.
No, 100%.
The way our offensive line was, like, I don't.
EM Dolphin, get up here.
Please, EM, because you said something yesterday that just blew my mind. I was in the
call him out, Rashad. Call him out.
I was on here with y'all, but we was getting off. But it was like, seriously,
fellers, I got to go. I got to go. But love all my Dolphin family. See y'all later. Thanks for everything, everybody.
No problem. Be good, Pam. We'll talk to you
later.
All right. We got somebody in the back room, Miami Football Talk. What's up, Miami Football Talk? You got to take yourself off mute. Oh, see, there he go. There he went, Rashad. There he went.
While we wait, EM said yesterday that pass that Brissett threw on 4th and 22 would never make. I'm assuming he meant like in those circumstances he wouldn't make that pass, because that was definitely the same pass that he made versus the Cardinals, like to Gesicki, the same exact pass, like sideline on the run, about 25 yards.
Yo, it's crazy that some of these play calls went down the way that they went down this past Sunday. And for me, I feel like I still don't like the way who was our offensive coordinator last year? What's his name?
Chan Gailey.
I don't like the way Chan Gailey called the plays last year. I don't.
Of course not.
But I will admit right now that I understand it now 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I just think he went about it the wrong way, and I still don't think it was the right game plan to begin with for either one, Tua or Fitz. And so I think the same thing now with Tua and Jacoby. Like I feel like you got a run game coordinator and a pass game coordinator. You got somebody that's up in the booth. You got somebody that's on the field. You feel like it would be good, but I just don't see where it's coming. Oh, yo, EM's in the back, Rashad. He about to come on.
All right.
What up, EM?
Man, I had to take me a break, man. What's up with all these people calling me out, bro? What's up with that?
Oh, wait. Ain't nobody calling me out. I'm just going off of what you said yesterday.
Rashad, you about to get this heat, Rashad. You about to get this heat, Rashad.
You said it, not me. I just wanted clarification. Did you mean during that circumstance of a 4th and 20 that Tua wouldn't make that pass?
What are you talking about?
Yesterday you said that 4th down completion to Mike Gesicki, Tua wouldn't have
Oh
made that pass.
yeah. No. Tua can't make that throw. Not on a run like that.
He
4th and 20 to put that ball on a rope, 25 yards, throw it and throw it against your body on the run. No, Tua can't make that throw consistently, bro. I'm sorry. I ain't never seen Tua make a throw like that.
He definitely made it versus the Cardinals. It was, I think, his second completion of the game. Play action. But it wasn't.
He said, "Go check out the game film, EM."
It wasn't.
He said, "Go check out the tape."
It wasn't 4th down, and it wasn't against the body. I give you that. But it was about a 25-yard completion on a rope, like over the linebacker head, under the safety, on the money sideline, like just as pretty.
Well, I don't think Tua has that kind of arm, but hey. But
So EM, are you a Tua supporter now, or are you pro Tua, anti Tua?
What are you talking about, bro? I've never been anti. I am pro elite play at the quarterback position for the Miami Dolphins. That's what I am. So if it rubs out,
what's your evaluation of Tua is what we're trying to ask EM that you keep dodging on every network, on every channel.
If my critique of Tua Tagovailoa rubbed some of y'all the wrong way, I don't know what else to tell you. I'll get over it because I'm objective, and I feel like everybody should be that way. I think a lot of you Dolphin fans, y'all know my position. What I've been saying consistently since Tua got here. People are leaning too much in their feelings with their evaluation of this kid, as opposed to letting the film influence their evaluation. And that, to me, is irresponsible. To me, that's the definition of a casual fan. It's what it is. I don't know what else to tell you.
Hey, Ennis, what's up, man?
What's going on, y'all?
What's going on, man? While you're talking, man, I'm going to bring on Pete while you're talking. Go ahead, Ennis.
Yeah, bring my best friend on so he can drop that knowledge. Pete, go on ahead. I'm going to let you have it, Pete. Give it to him.
Ennis, Steven, EM, who's up here with Rashad. Shout out to all of you guys. Good morning to you guys, and good morning to everybody out there in the chat.
Morning.
EM,
good morning, Pete.
And I need everybody to hear me. Watch this, because I'm like a coin flip today. I'm the one flipping. Listen, we need to slow down on this Tua stuff. I'm going to tell everybody right now. Let's do a little research real quick.
Is my mic on?
Hold on, because I'm here to.
Will the real Pete
listen
to him. Listen to him.
Hey, I need people to hear me out. Look, if we go back to last year, right? Tua's rookie year. What were we complaining about? Chan Gailey, right? That's number one. Watch this. Listen. We're complaining about Chan Gailey, the play call. I disagreed with everybody, which is still not the case here. The thing is, we were always going back to Fitzpatrick and Tua last season. Oh, the offense opens up for Fitzpatrick. They don't open it up for Tua. Listen, y'all remember that, right?
Yep.
When you think about it, the offense was being opened up for Fitzpatrick because Fitzpatrick is a turnover machine. Flores and this coaching staff waits to desperation to open it up to try to come back.
Yeah, I agree.
Our strength is on offense. They're limiting it. All this speed, and we're on a track that's school zone. It's not helping us. That's the issue. The quarterback play here has been sabotaged. It's being manipulated to, once we need you, then we're going to call on you. But until then, we're not going to call big plays. We're going to keep it short and simple, and we're just going to try to not make mistakes. So right now, our quarterback evaluations, this entire fan base, it's at a 0 with Tua. I'm sitting here, and I'm sorry to tell everybody, whether you like Tua or whether you were a Tua doubter just like me, there is absolutely no sense right now to slander this guy for coaching that is not being trusted into his play.
So it's coaching now?
That's what it is.
I've been saying it's coaching. I don't think it's to a slander. I just think Watson's available, and if you think that Watson wouldn't make the team better, you're not the smartest person in the world. But
Does he make the line go from the worst in the league to the
No.
to better?
That's my point right there. Everybody expects us to be a Super Bowl team just because we get Watson. Watson takes one wrong hit. One wrong hit is lights out. Like he's more. What's the word I'm thinking of? It's a higher chance of him getting hurt playing any quarterback. I don't care what quarterback it is.
No. I disagree. I think
Okay.
a player like Deshaun Watson does make the line better. Does Kyler Murray Kyler Murray has consistently, since he's been in the league, played with one of the worst offensive lines of football. Does he not make that line look better? Look at the line.
And what has he won?
Hang on. Let me finish. Goddamn.
Let him finish.
Let me finish.
Let him finish.
Look at the line when Josh Rosen played in Arizona, and fast forward to when they drafted Josh Rosen, 10th overall. The line was one of the worst we've ever seen. Now, I'm not saying they upgraded to a top 10 status, but a player that has that skill set, that's mobile, that's elite in their mobility, they can extend plays, that helps the line. They can get outside the pocket and make plays. That helps the line because the line don't have to hold up as long.
So what you're saying is
what has he won?
The stats look better.
What is Tua won?
He has only got 11 stars.
Hold on, EM. Hold on. Look, hold on, EM. Hold on, because look, number one, this offensive line is not the issue here in Miami. If you guys think that's the issue here, then I don't know where you got. Yes, they miss blocks here and there, but this offensive line is pretty much the exact same offensive line from last year. If not, it's better because the same guys got more reps. They're looking to improve. Last year, it wasn't Tua. Tua didn't take many sacks last year. He was one of the least sacked quarterbacks. And if anything, we were praising the offensive line last year for their work. Now they're going into year 2, and now they're the worst in the. Bro, you should see the Jets. You should see Tannehill on Sunday take a sack on a 3rd and 6 where he had half a second. It's out there. Sacks happen. But I'm telling you,
the worst offensive line in the league.
It's look, the thing is, it's the safe play call. You guys don't like one route systems? I don't either. We have too many weapons. First quarter, open it up, give me 3 receivers and Gesicki in the slot. Line them up on the line. I don't care. Have those guys out there early with Tua, with Jacoby, with Sinet. I don't care. Run the offense to its scheme, to its strength. Stop wasting it because your strength is not power running. I'm sorry to tell you. And we need to get out of that.
Hold on. Just like Pete said, you don't call a screenplay for a quarterback that takes a long windup to do a wide receiver screen. That's Pete is right. Play calling. You don't call that for a guy that takes a step back and then has to wind up and throw it to Waddle on a wide receiver screen. That takes too long. You don't call that for him. And with the Kyler Murray thing, Kyler hasn't won anything.
Dude,
hold on, wait. My thing with Kyler Murray is,
you know what? I said I was not going to argue with these fools anymore. I said I was done because it's like talking to a freak. I mean, oh my God, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Can I say
what
something?
You absolutely ridiculous.
Can I say something about the Kyler
absolutely
Murray thing?
Ridiculous.
It is
hear
ridiculous.
What EM's saying. Statistically, that Arizona line looks better, but they still look atrocious when he out there running for his life.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, our line is what it is, bro. The line is not going anywhere. They can't just in one offseason get rid of all 5 guys and bring in 5 new guys. This is what we have now. So what I'm saying is a player with that type of skill set is what's needed as this offensive line is presently constructed. Yeah. That's my whole point.
I'm still gonna say we're not a Super Bowl team just because we get Watson with this O-line. That's what I'm saying. I see who's a Super Bowl caliber team or a playoff caliber team right now. The Buffalo Bills. We play the Buffalo Bills with Deshaun Watson. He's going to get destroyed still.
First of all, what type of? Let me ask you. Look, everybody up here, everybody here is knowledgeable. I hear y'all. What type of quarterback do you need when you have a bad offensive line?
Tom Brady.
Yep. A quick release quarterback, and that's what Tua is.
No. Deshaun Watson is everything. He
Deshaun
is.
Watson is Tom Brady.
He's not accurate like Tua.
Hang on.
He's
Wait,
not
Deshaun
accurate like
Watson is
Tua.
Tom Brady?
What? See what I mean? You know what, Steven? Out of respect to your platform, sir, I'm done arguing with these idiots. I'm not going to sit here and engage with these people, bro. I'm done with it because I don't want to lose my cool and get out of character, bro. I told Reason the same thing. That's why I don't frequent his platform like I used to, and that's home to me.
So you can say what you want to say, and people can't say what they want to say.
I'm done. I'm done, Steven.
You done?
Salute to everybody, man. Salute to everybody. Y'all have a good day, man.
EM, don't go. Don't go, EM.
Look, act like a little girl.
He go.
Just because somebody say something he don't like, man, I don't care about none of that. I'm not an idiot, nigga. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I'll put money in a swear jar. But calling people idiots, you a clown, nigga. The fuck?
Ennis, come on, bro. Come on.
No, because every time I don't agree with it, he want to call niggas clowns. Fuck out of here.
No. Listen, Steven. Let Ennis go. Let him talk.
But come on, that ain't come on, bro. Like
look, EM jumped off because he didn't have material to say. He was jumping on the Watson. Everybody knows when you're comparing Deshaun Watson to Tua, there's no comparison. We know who's the better quarterback.
I know.
Okay,
it's Watson for sure. I don't know why he got.
Okay,
we're not saying
that's
we're
not
not
even.
saying Tua's better than
We're
Watson.
not that. EM is the only one sitting up here thinking we're gonna debate that. Tua. Nobody here is saying what I'm trying to say is people need to slow down with Tua, and the reason why I'm trying to tell people to slow down, and this is coming from me, the biggest Tua doubter. Okay, the problem here is trust. When you don't trust, you don't let it free, it's not gonna flourish. Okay, that's how it is. You got to put your kids out there. Your kids got to go out to the real world, and they got to learn on their own at some point. Okay, Tua is not a kid. He's a grown man, and they need to trust that man. And it's sad to say. It's just sad to say, but that's what's going on. They're pampering him. They got him in handcuffs. And some like to use, he's still a rookie. Football is football. If you got a scheme,
hold on, EM. Hold on. I'm gonna bring you back, Ennis and EM. Y'all need to chill. This is spread kindness platform.
No, he needs to chill.
But EM, you my man. You my A1, and Ennis my A1. So y'all be cool, but I'm gonna let y'all go at it.
No,
go ahead.
He need to chill. No, I just want to address one thing real quick. First off, Pete, I don't have material, bro. Really, bro? You gonna sit up here and say that's the reason why I backed it? I don't have material? Really? Okay, that's fine. But I want to. What ruffled my feathers was the fact when you make statements like, when you hear stuff like, "Oh, we're done. Deshaun Watson's not as accurate as Tua Tagovailoa." You know what I mean?
I did hear that.
There is nothing that you can put up from a statistical standpoint, from any metric, that you can go dig up that brings credibility to that statement. That is ridiculous. I'm not gonna hear it. I'm not gonna hear and argue about who's the better player. I think Ray Charles can clearly see that Ray Charles is. that Deshaun Watson's a better player. But I get so frustrated with these fans, bro, when they lean on their feelings because, especially in this argument, there is nothing that you can say to validate the Dolphins not entertaining a player like Deshaun Watson. Nothing. And I just get frustrated. And I think a lot of these fans, bro, they lean so much on their feelings, bro. They allow that to influence their evaluation. And that's just frustrating to me. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say.
Okay, my turn. Well, my thing is, you bring up Kyler Murray and then say, what has Tua won? When I said Kyler Murray hasn't won anything. Kyler Murray played 2 full seasons already. He's on his 3rd. So how are you going to compare a 2-year starter to a guy that only started, 12 games, 11 games? How are you comparing that?
Kyler Murray's been in the Pro Bowl. That's Tua?
He had Pro Bowl. That's not winning.
Deshaun Watson has been in the Pro Bowl 3 of his 4 years.
Now you're going back to Deshaun Watson. You said Kyler Murray.
Tannehill's been in a Pro Bowl.
Right.
And the only reason Tannehill's winning is because of Derrick Henry. That's it. That's all.
Oh man.
I would kill for a Derrick Henry on this team.
I'm just saying. I have to agree with him. Like just because you made a Pro Bowl, that doesn't mean you're a winner. That means you had a really good season.
Deshaun Watson has 2 division crowns under his belt.
Okay, that I'll give you. I have no problem with that.
What have we done? What have we done as a Dolphin, as an organization? When's the last time we won the AFC East?
Don't worry. Don't worry.
When
100%.
when is the last time? When is the last time we've had Pro Bowl level play at that? Because I don't know. Y'all watch the playoffs just like I do. For you to have a chance, for you to get to the dance, you got to have one of them. You got to have a complete, more of a complete team. But the common thread between all consistent playoff contenders, they have that guy, bro. They have that position solved. And in order to build a consistent winner, you have to start there. And we don't have him in house right now. We don't.
When he won him, then he had D-Hop, then he had Fuller. He had people that can separate. We don't have them receivers that can separate. Waddle's the only one that's averaging separation.
Okay. Look, man, y'all can have it. Like I said, I just want to listen.
Logan, Pete did not say that. That was Ennis, just so you know. I don't want the narrative to get changed about Pete.
What's that?
Logan said Pete said the N-word. I'm like, Pete didn't say that. That was Ennis. That was Ennis.
Yeah, that was me.
Look, Pete get a lot of hate. Him being a racist is not one of them on my platform. I know that. So that ain't gonna happen. No, sir. All right, EM. All right, real quick. Let me bring on D1 and Damien and Hilberto and Estefan. Go ahead, D1. D1 first.
Hey, what's morning, fellas? How y'all doing? I see that we're having a spirited conversation this morning.
Yes.
Like always,
nothing but love. It's not.
Love for the Dolphins.
It ain't spirited. It's not spirited at all. Go ahead.
Oh, it's not spirited?
No,
when somebody called each other the N-word? That's not spirited?
Ennis and EM had a moment. They had a moment. They're allowed to have a moment.
He has a moment. He started this. He started it.
I had a moment when someone calls me an idiot. Yeah, I had that moment.
No, you started it last week when you went on Reason's show when I wasn't up there and you got my name in your goddamn mouth. That's when you started.
Come on. Stop cussing, yo. The kids that watch this channel. Yo.
Hey, Reason. Steven.
Whoa.
Hey, bro, I just want to say something real quick. Ennis, bro, your take about Kyler Murray, the problem that I have with it, and the Watson take is that it sounds like you're basing your stance on Tua on almost statistics that you can't show because, look, it's a bad take in my opinion. Because if you just watch what Watson, if you just let me finish. If you just watch what Watson did last year, there was no B-Hop there. They were in every game because of Watson. They lost despite of him. That's why J.J. Watt went up to him and apologized because the defense could not stop anybody. Hold on,
bro. You sound like the Joker. Why so serious?
Why so serious? Hey, bro. Okay. Last thing, bro.
Who is more accurate than Sean Watson?
Last thing. Okay. Last thing.
Go ahead.
Kyler Murray. Tua will never beat Kyler Murray. He'll never have those legs and speed. And he'll never have a laser for an arm. Never. You see that with your eyes. You can't bring up stats for that. That's it, bro. Like that's all I wanted to say. I love you, man. But I just got to be honest and keep it real.
Can I address the reason thing real quick?
All right, yeah, Ennis, hold up. Let me. I want to let Damien go real quick. Then Ennis, you go. Damien, go ahead, because I know you wanted to get on the air.
What's up, fans? What's up, EM? What's up, homie? What's up?
What's good, homie? What's good?
Yo, number one. Deshaun Watson led the league in completion percentage last year. Yo,
71 foot.
And since you want to throw around the N-word, dude, look, number one, nigga, you got another man on your avatar, nigga. Like, come on,
David.
Oh, damn. It's like that today, huh?
Someone help me!
YouTube gangsters.
This dude is, I mean, he's ridiculous. He's absolutely ridiculous,
Hold on,
bro.
I must have
Absolutely
missed.
ridiculous.
I must have missed this Watson Collar tape. What was the tape? It really is. Yeah.
How does it feel to have two
I ain't gonna
nuts
say
on your
nothing.
chin? I'm just asking, homie. You wild, man. That's
You
all
asked
I'm
me
asking,
what?
man.
He's sticking
Come on
up,
and pick
bro.
your
He's
head
sticking
today,
up
man.
for his quarterback, bro. He's sticking up for
What
our
happened?
quarterback.
Wait.
I
What
am a
happened?
Dolphin fan. I
All
stick
right,
up
all
for
right,
Tua
all
when
right.
he plays.
So
Damn.
real quick, can somebody set the scene for D1 so that he knows what's going on right now? Somebody
Please
set the
know what
scene.
you're talking about before you address me.
Because I mean, what was the
mean,
tape? I
bro,
love Kyler. I love
Go ahead,
Watson.
EM.
So the
oh
tape
man,
was
bro. Listen, you listen. I'm not gonna sit up here and go all in on this man. I'm not gonna attempt to embarrass this man any further.
You can't embarrass me.
Listen. Yeah, you're doing a good job of that yourself. You're right about
Yeah,
that. You're
okay.
doing an excellent
My
job of
life's
yourself.
still great. You can't embarrass me,
So
clown.
Come on, yo.
listen.
What happened to spread kindness?
Come on. You see,
it's not
listen.
Friday.
It ain't Friday. You right. It ain't
It ain't
Friday.
Friday.
My bad. It ain't Friday.
My bad, homie. I apologize about this, man.
All y'all owe right now.
No,
All y'all owe to the swear jar. That's all I'm saying.
let him make it, Damon. Let him make it. He's doing an excellent job by himself, bro.
You ain't gotta let me make nothing, bruh.
I mean, what were we comparing Kyler to Tua?
Ain't no Kool-Aid in this blood. You ain't gotta let me make nothing.
There was
Yeah,
no
that's easy to do that over the internet. Where you at? Where you located,
I'm in
bro? You
Texas,
located?
Arlington. I'm in
There was
Arlington.
Oh, you in
Texas.
Arlington, bro? You in Arlington?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, bro. Hey, homie, I'm in Fort Worth, homie.
Anytime.
Oh,
Whoever.
Okay. Well,
I recorded
Just
that.
Google my
Recorded.
name,
You know, I made
boy,
up.
before you start talking reckless.
I'll get at you.
All right, hold on. Let's
do that.
Let's get some decorum. Let's get some decorum.
No.
Decorum. Come on.
No.
Steven, do something.
If it's all
can't,
that,
man.
Do that, please. Whenever you're ready.
No. If it's all that, I mean, no. If it's all that with you, homie, we need to sit down and have a conversation on the real. That's on my mama,
I'm
homie.
just saying, they be coming at me like I'm some clown or something, calling me
If
idiot. Man,
it's all that,
I'm not one of these clowns in here.
Listen, no. All bullshit aside, homie. If it's all that to you, my friend, I promise you, on my mama, we need to sit down and have a conversation, bro. I promise you.
But we're not going to
you
fight
have
over Kyler and Tua.
And you are close. You are close. Matter of fact, I think Arlington is on my schedule this week. Matter of fact,
I stay right by Cowboy Stadium.
Yeah, we're family here, yo. We all family here.
Right by Cowboy
we're family
Stadium.
here.
So I say to you, all bullshit aside, homie. If it's all that, bro, I mean, really, we need to meet up and we need to have a conversation. Real talk.
Fine. That's
I gotta
fine.
go, y'all.
I agree.
Somebody going to step to the funeral. I apologize.
Make sure y'all record the interaction.
Yes.
Please.
Yes. Please record the interaction.
I apologize about that. You know,
Make sure you record it.
All right.
Can I?
Do y'all feel better? Can y'all get that out of y'all system now?
No. I feel much better when I see this man face to face.
Okay.
I'm still trying to figure out what we
change
comparing.
gears?
Get it out.
Can I ask EM something? Can I ask EM something?
Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, by the way? At what point do we start pointing the finger at Flores?
I think it's already being pointed, isn't it?
I know. I hear a lot of stuff.
Hang on. Listen. Listen. What you're seeing right now with the inconsistency with play calling, et cetera, ever since this man has been in the league, since he's been our coach, in 2019, 2020, now 2021. Early on in the season, this is the same conversation that needs to be had. People questioning his play calling. Where there's no in terms of personnel moves, he's inconsistent. Yada yada yada. Am I right?
Correct.
Am I correct?
Correct.
So what's typical of a Flores team is they start off slow, and I think it's because of the revolving door and positional coaches that he's had since he's been here.
Right.
We start off slow, we pick up steam in the second half, and then we finish off strong. This is typical. This is a typical Brian Flores team. So all I'm saying is, I'm not telling y'all to not be concerned, not at all. But what I'm saying is, let's let this play out because we've seen how this played out. 2019, 2020. So let's give the man the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
That's all
okay. I like that, and it is typical of our team to start slow, right? But look at the outcome. I look at the outcome of every year. We start slow. We never make it to the playoffs. I'm concerned more about this year because it's year 3. Because we're 3 years into his system, 3 years. Our roster is stacked to the guys that he likes on our team, and we haven't been able to accomplish a winning record early in the season. That first half of the season, the first 4 games are just as important as the last 4 games. And at this point, it's year 3. He need to fix these things coming into the season. And I like Flores. I don't want to bash him. I don't want to go through another coaching hire, right? But at some point, we got to look at the coaching as well and not only point the finger at Greer. Flores has a lot of say in the personnel that comes in and plays on the team and the coaches that are helping him coach out this team.
I agree.
I agree. So we got to point our finger at Coach Flores too. Coach Flores looked a little confused this weekend on the sidelines, like he didn't have the answer to some of the stuff that was going on. And that's concerning.
But he looked confused. According to a lot of people, he looked confused last year as well, right? He looked confused. He looked confused in 2019, right? So listen, if you, in terms of blame right now, in my opinion, I'm not telling you how to, I'm not telling you how to feel. What you feel is what you feel. I'm saying my approach to Flores right now, as we're sitting here and we're going into week, game number 4.
Game 4.
Where if you want to critique him, I think it's because of the constant revolving door of positional coaches, bro. Coordinators as well.
I understand
right.
that. I feel that.
One more thing. One more thing before I let you guys talk on it. But we give Flores so much praise when we do good. You know what I'm saying? But he's the head coach. So when we're doing bad, we need to check him as well, and not only check Gesicki, not only check Brissett or the O-line or the D-line or the cornerbacks or the DBs. Everybody calling for everybody's head, but nobody pointing the finger at Flores. And this is the dude that puts this stuff together throughout the week. Preparation comes from the head coach. We doing bad on every part of the team, special teams, defense, offense. We letting up, touchdowns at the beginning of the game. On every game, we've done that. So it's difficult not to point the finger at Coach Flo. I like him. I believe in him. And another thing before I stop, do we start judging Coach Flores when we get a good quarterback? Is that when we start judging him? You know what I'm saying?
No. But okay. Well, see, again, this is where we need to. Now, you know me, bro. I think that
I do.
I think that him and Flores, Flores and Greer hadn't done the best job in terms of maximizing what resources that has been given to him. But the man has done. He goes from 5 wins, right, when we were projected to win none, right, on a roster that was 38% undrafted free agents, to doubling your win total to 10 in year 2.
With the youngest team in the NFL.
With the youngest team in the NFL. So for y'all, I don't know who is spewing this. Now,
hold up real quick. All right. I gotta hit the pause button. Let's get something straight. I'm gonna put myself on the main screen because I need to talk to y'all. I see y'all in the chat box. Number one, this arguing with each. Oh yeah, I'm about to go in. This arguing with each other. Y'all go do that on other platforms. I don't have a problem with debating. I don't have a problem with y'all arguing about stuff on the field. But when y'all start getting personal, do not take that to my channel no more. I'm not. We're not gonna do that. That's what we not gonna do. Okay. Number 2. Okay, we all grown men here and some grown women. If y'all don't know how to treat each other with some respect, don't even come on the channel no more. That's real. Okay. I love everybody here. I love Ennis. I love EM. I love everybody that's up here. If you are on this channel, I have love for you. You are my Finlaw. You are my family. Straight up. Okay. And I want to see everybody come up here and say their piece.
Well, there's no problem. It's a problem. There's no problem.
It sounds like people in the chat box.
Man, really y'all about to meet up. Y'all about to meet up and square up.
No. There is no problem. There is no problem on EM Dolphin fan. No. That's just no. There's no problem on my end. There's no problem. What y'all talk about problem? There ain't no problem, man.
All right. Ennis, my man, yo. All right, and by the way, the N-word is a swear jar word. Just put that out there, okay? We gonna treat each other with respect and love on this channel. That's what we gonna do. This is Switzerland. This is the neutral territory. If y'all want to come in there and talk and get on each other, go ahead. I want to see that debate. I want to see that lively debate. And if y'all don't like each other, that's fine too. But y'all ain't gonna get personal no more. That ain't gonna happen. No, sir.
Never. No. And I apologize, Steve. I apologize, bro.
Thank you.
But anyway,
Steven.
I think as far as back to your point, bro. Just let it play out, man. Y'all are frustrated right now. We could be 2-1 right now, easily.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yes, I'm discouraged. I wanted to start fast this year. I know Flores MO or even the Patriots MO. They start slow and pick up steam as the season go on. It's a marathon, not a sprint. But I did want to start at least a little fast this year.
I agree.
Because
last
year we missed it by a game. Last year we missed it by a game. We could have won one of those first four games that that we had Fitzpatrick throwing interceptions galore in. Just one of those games could have got us to the playoffs last year. So I wanted to start fast. But I understand the MO of the thing.
This is why I wanted to ask y'all, what are y'all seeing this year? I forgot, I'm sorry. What are y'all seeing this year that you haven't seen in previous years that is causing y'all's concern to go up so high?
Because let me answer that. Let me answer that real quick, and then I'll let you all go. So this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the same thing that I've seen for the last 25 years, man.
Yeah,
I'm not seeing nothing different. I'm seeing the same old mediocre stuff. And in my opinion, exactly. And in my opinion, okay, and that's a great question, Em. In my opinion, I think at the end of the day, I'm not a Tua hater. I'm not a Tua basher. But if seriously, TD opened up my eyes for me to, Steven, go back and look at everything. Go back and look at all of last year. Go back and look at the beginning of the regime in that first year. So I went back and looked at everything. And what I've seen is this. Granted, we tear down the roster in year one. Okay, everybody did that. Adam Gase did that. Every regime has done that. All right, let's build it up.
Not like this, though.
Yeah, not like this.
I'll
give you that. Hold on.
Bro, we were trading everybody.
Let's bring in players that we feel are going to make a contribution to the team and the offense that we want to run. But the reality is, it's the same offense. Let's not have a great offensive line. Let's have a mediocre run game. Let's pass the ball 40 times a game.
So we're experiencing the same problems we experienced the last 20 years on offense. Now, strictly on offense or as a team, because the defense is not the same old-ish defense, that we've come accustomed to. They play hard. They get turnovers. They keep us in the game. The run defense, bro, it's to the point where I think the run defense is more scheme. It's the scheme than anything. Like just how it's designed.
Screw that.
No,
It sucks.
Hell
It
no.
sucks.
Hell no. It ain't the scheme. It's just personnel. That's it. It's not that.
It's the personnel.
But EM, it's the same personnel for the last 25 years, just with different names on them.
Because it's not like the Patriots. The Patriots used to. They wouldn't stop the run, but they won't let it be the main factor of us getting beat by it. Like,
what do you mean?
Been like,
see. My thing, and those of y'all that have been following me for a minute, I've been highlighting Jerome Baker. You start there in terms of run defense. I don't know why. Now, this is where I can critique Flores 100%. His flirtation with wanting to make Jerome Baker, number one, an interior player in a 3-4, a base 3-4, right? And him wanting to make him his primary guy on this defense. I don't understand that for the life of me. He keeps doing it, and every year after year, we see Jerome Baker substandard play.
Because I think Jerome Baker is used not to stop the run or stop it for loss, but to contain it, keep it within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage.
He's a weak side linebacker. Bro.
He definitely is.
I know he is.
Yes, he is.
Like I said, he's just not a fit in this defense. Never has been. I thought, again, y'all know that. I said that from day one when Flores came here. I said, well, if his defensive philosophy is going to be anything close to Bill Belichick's, Jerome Baker has to go. And for whatever reason, I don't know what I know. I've had multiple conversations with Ballgame over the years, and Ballgame is plugged in. And he said people have told him that Flores just loves his kid. That's his pet. And but unfortunately, that might be him consistently entertaining Jerome Baker, bro, that might be one of the moves, the straw that break the camel's back. If things go go really south, that could be one of the moves to get his behind up out of here. And I've been saying that since day one, bro.
I honestly feel like TD has put out this narrative and everybody's following it that this team is built for Deshaun Watson, or pretty much that's how we looked at it.
I mean,
I believe
I don't know about a team being built, but is a team that if Deshaun Watson was on, he would definitely benefit.
Yeah,
I don't know if
I go back to Greer saying this 2 years ago. If we have to draft 2 quarterbacks in 2 consecutive drafts in the first round, we'll do it. They didn't do that this year. They had the opportunity to get Lance. They had the opportunity to get Fields, and they had the opportunity to get the dude in New England, Matt Jones. They didn't do that, and I think it was because of the plan of them getting Deshaun Watson. That's the only other reason why they wouldn't pick somebody like Lance or bring in competition for Tua. So I really think they were highly invested in getting Deshaun Watson, and it's just not working out to the way they wanted it to.
I agree. I agree 100%.
That's a great point.
Watson, I agree 100%. If this story that bombshell hadn't dropped back in March, Deshaun Watson would be in Miami Dolphins.
I wholeheartedly believe that too. I don't understand why other Dolphin fans are ignoring that, or they're just saying, "Oh, it's just a rumor," or blah blah blah. But no, I wholeheartedly agree that in March and April we would have had Deshaun Watson if that didn't happen.
And that's why I brought up the point.
Real quick, Pete wants to come in. Come here, Pete. What's up?
No, let them boys roll. What's going on? I hear you guys.
I thought you wanted to get in.
You hear me?
And that's why I brought up the point. Is it fair for us to only judge Coach Flores's capability of coaching when he gets a solidified good quarterback? A top 10, a top. Tua's not even a top 15. So for us to get if we can get a good quarterback, is that the right time to start judging Flores?
I have a question for you guys, and I think it's a legit question. So Mark NorCal, who's my brother from another mother, the godfather of the Finlaws, asked, why is Watson a topic every day? It's a legit question. He's not a Dolphin. I'll give him that. But I need y'all to explain why we keep bringing it up consistently every day.
That's because number one, because the Dolphins, they shouldn't. They can't. I know publicly because he's another player on another team, but I mean, this conversation will not go away. I mean, he's in, all these, these national platforms, these bigger platforms. They keep putting this story out, and these people are not putting this story out just for clicks. This information has to be coming from somewhere.
As long as he's available and we're uncertain about our quarterback, it seems like it's going to be a conversation.
It's going to remain a story.
Yeah.
As long as Tua don't put the stuff to bed by performing at a high rate, it's always going to be brought up. Whether it's until trade deadline, they're probably going to talk about this every week until the trade deadline, or once the trade deadline passes, they're going to talk about it every week until the offseason.
And in my opinion, to add on to D1, he's 100% right. What are we going to talk about? How bad the offensive line is? Everybody here is in agreement that the offensive line is bad. What are we going to talk about? The inefficiencies and the inepts of Jacoby Brissett and Tua Tagovailoa? We all agree with that. We all agree that there's learning curves, there's inefficiencies, there's ceilings that have hit with Brissett, that he is what he is. There's no conversation to be had there. We all agree with that. The entire fan base agrees with it. Right or wrong, guys? Right or wrong?
Like you said, the only
and
thing
that doesn't take away my affinity for Tua either.
I like Tua, but
I still believe in Tua.
He's not playing. There's nothing else to talk about with him because Tua, at the end of the day, he's still learning. And because of those inefficiencies that he just does not have yet and doesn't know yet, we're in the position that we're in right now. Point blank.
The reason why, the only thing that could truly make this story go away is Tua's play. Period.
Exactly.
If Tua plays well, He steps up and he plays. This story goes away. There's no need to entertain.
Hold on, Em. Do you need Tua to not only play well, but we have to also make the playoffs or win a playoff game for the story to be squashed, or just Tua playing?
No. I think no. What I said was, if we don't make the playoffs this year, in terms of this Watson narrative, Tua clearly has to be the reason why we didn't make it to the playoffs. It has to be, he has to perform well. I think I'm not going to put that playoff responsibility on him because we can't stop the run for shit. I'm sorry, Steven, my bad. I'm not going to put that playoff jacket on him. But in terms of his individual play, yeah, I think if Tua comes out, if he takes that, he goes from where he is, whatever they had him ranked, I think 29th in the league at the beginning of the season.
29. I thought 33 or something.
Yeah,
32 to have him ranked.
So if he elevates his level of play to like a top 15, top 17 round, I think that'll quiet all this Deshaun Watson narrative, because that's more than enough of a significant enough leap that he's taken. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question for everybody.
Look,
we're 3 games.
Deshaun Watson talk. There's 2 things. Hold on. Let me answer the Deshaun Watson. Number 1,
Deshaun Watson.
You breaking up, Pete?
Pete, you broke up, man. You broke up. Real quick, let me D1. I want you to ask that question, but before I do, let me bring in Q real quick. Q, what's up, man?
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, man? I know you wanted to get in. What's good?
Nah, man. I need y'all to leave my boy Em alone, man. Em know what he's talking about, man.
Is that Quinn? That's you, bro. Where you been?
Man,
What's up, homie?
I had to come up here because I'm tired of this foolishness, man. This buffoonery up here, man.
No. Let him come. Let him get it off. Let him get this shit off. I'm sorry. Damn. I'm sorry.
Come on, Em.
Let him get it off. Let him get it off. Let him get it off. Let him get it off.
It's too much silliness. It's like we have the worst fans in the world. We have some of the worst fans. As every day I see it, it gets worse and worse.
And why do you think that is?
It's ridiculous.
Why do you think that is?
Dude, let me say this too. We've been rooting for a mediocre team for I'm about to be 38 years old. I've been rooting for this team since I was in 6th grade. So that's all I know. And I'm used to it. It is what it is. Every team is meant to be mediocre, but they have a quarterback or a great coach or something like that to bring them up. And we just need to just pump our brakes, bro. If we can get Watson can bring us back to reality and bring us back to prominence where this team should be. That is my opinion. And I feel like what I see from Tua, Em knows I was one of his biggest haters. He knows. And
I still want to see. Sorry.
Me personally, I want to see him, but he needs to get better, bro. Come on now. He needs to get better. I don't see no improvement from last year. I see the same crap. It is my opinion.
What you see this year, though?
And when I went to training camp, just past training camp, him and Jacoby Brissett was on the same wavelength. They was playing the same, bro. It's no difference. I'm just being 100 with you. It's the same. If Jacoby Brissett could do it, let me say this: if he couldn't beat out Fitzpatrick last year, what you think he gonna be? If really had an open competition, he would beat out Brissett this year.
And here's the reality. So people think that if and Irving is in the box, and Irving, I love you, but he said Watson ain't gonna fix this team. Its problems. God forbid we do get Watson and it doesn't.
Irving need to stop that. Irving really need to stop. I guess Tua is gonna fix it. Stop that.
As much as I want
Tua, stop.
But
I want Tua to do great. I want Tua to do good.
Let me say this real quick. The offensive line, it's bad, but you got to remember this team is full of young players. It's going to take time for them to gel and get right. You understand? So you got a third-year player playing center, his first-year playing center. You got 3 second-year players and a rookie playing on his line. It's going to take time. People want instant success. It's not like that, dude. It takes 3 years. But also the offensive line is not as bad as you think. It's not as bad as you think. Trust me.
If I'm not mistaken, we run a zone zone blocking scheme, right? On the O-line.
They trying to figure that out.
They trying to figure. It's
Are we
sometimes
zone? Are we man blocking scheme? Like,
yeah, it's double up.
It's a no blocking scheme, but okay.
But I'm gonna say this.
You said it's a no blocking scheme.
Some kind of.
All right, real quick, because he's in the back room and I want to bring him on. Todd, what's up, Todd? You want to say
What's
something?
going on? Yeah,
Todd, what's going on, man?
Hey, I think we dropped the ball in the offseason when we should have hired Dorsey as the offensive coordinator.
I said that.
You know, Dorsey, when Dorsey was at the University of Miami, he had the same type of game as Tua, with not the strongest arm, but he put the ball and he knows rub routes and he knows how to get players open, because that's all he did there was speed.
I don't care about
And
that.
I want an NFL guy.
Hold on, Todd. Why do you think that the Dolphins didn't close the deal with Dorsey?
I have no idea. I really don't. But they had him down for an interview. He's he wanted to come back this way. Look what he did. He gave Cam Newton his only MVP season as the quarterback coach. Look what he's doing in Buffalo with Allen. Come on.
That's my issue. That's my thing, because he did.
That was where they dropped the ball.
So who did we put that on? We put that on Greer, or we put that on Flores for not hiring Dorsey?
No, I think they dropped the ball. No, you don't want you have a young developmental player. I don't want rookie position coaches. I don't want rookie coordinators. I want established guys. I want established guys that's been there and done that. You had Doug Peterson out there, and this might be an unpopular. Candidate was Bill O'Brien. I think Bill O'Brien would have been excellent.
I think Bill O'Brien would have been great here as OC.
He would have been excellent.
You mean the second greatest Dolphins GM in history?
You're right.
Yeah.
Second greatest GM in Dolphins history. That guy.
And really, to be honest with you, Flores should have threw him a bone, because he helped us out. Look what he did for us. Flores should have been like, I got you, homie.
That would have been the biggest slap in the face to Houston if Bill O'Brien had came here and been successful.
But see, if you would have done that, then we're not getting. Then we won't be getting Watson. Watson don't want Bill O'Brien.
I don't think his issue was Bill O'Brien. I
think Houston won that trade. I think we lost that trade.
Can I was I the only one who was thinking that we should bring Joe Philbin in that offensive coordinator?
Man,
hell no, bro.
I'm sorry.
Hold up, real quick, guys.
Joe Philbin, bro.
Look at this.
I'm sorry.
So there's a press conference going on right now. Barry Jackson just retweeted this. Dolphins co-offensive coordinator Eric Studsfield during this ongoing press conference says staff is talking about trying to get more explosive plays, but at times they're limited because of what the defense gives us. What?
That's what I've been.
So basically, he's saying
this is what I've been.
So basically, he's saying that we're limited because of what the defense gives us, but it's because the O line's not holding up because of what the defense.
That right there says he should be fired.
Sounds like inexperience.
Wait. No. What are you talking about? No, he's saying the opposing defense that we're facing, they are scheming us to stop the big play. That's what he's saying.
It's true.
That's what he's saying. That's what you're supposed to say. What are you talking about?
The Raiders were playing 7-in coverage the whole game besides the fourth quarter. They tried to blitz us in the fourth quarter. That's how we came back and almost won the game. They were playing 7 people in coverage.
Yeah, and you set up your offense to be successful. If you get to the line of scrimmage and you need to make adjustments, so be it. But they're not even calling the plays to begin with.
No. See, now my rebuttal to him was, if him being the run game coordinator, this is what, if I was, one of the beat writers, my rebuttal to him would have been, okay. Well, I would ask him, first of all, what looks are you giving that our teams are that you're not comfortable with calling big plays down the field on, and then 2, okay, if he tells me, well, they're consistently in a too high look. Well, okay, my question to him would be, I would go ballistic at this point, because I would tell him, well, why aren't you running teams out of that formation? Why aren't you showing a more because the big plays, the chunk plays come generally in this league, they're set up and they come off, they're predicated on the run game and play action. Look at Dallas last night. Did y'all see that game last night? Oh, how Mike McCarthy kept pounding them. They kept playing that too high shell, and Dallas ran them out of it. And once they dropped that extra man down in the box, play action, boom, CeeDee Lamb down the field.
Studsfield goes on to say, the Dolphins are trying to figure out a way for a team more often to displace the offensive urgency that they displayed late in the game. Aside from playing up-tempo more, not sure how to do this. No prescription from CBS for this. He right about that. Barry Wright is 100% right about that. Hey, I can tell you right now, based on those two statements right there, and I know they're just two statements, and I haven't heard the whole press conference, but if that's the excerpts that they're getting, bro, I'm not impressed with Eric Studsfield. Based on that alone.
More so than what his comments are, I'm more disappointed in they haven't figured out an identity yet, bro. That's the biggest issue, and that is unacceptable at this level. You have to figure out what your identity is and start and go from there. And the Dolphins hold
up, EM. I got one more for you. You ready? Eric Studsfield clarified that the coaching staff did call the play that resulted in a safety on a pass play to Jalen Waddle in the end zone, and that Waddle was not a decoy. He was the eligible target. Brissett shouldn't have thrown it, but coaches said they would do it.
Bro, there was a dude that was slamming right in the middle of Jacoby. He had a man 4 yards up the field in the middle of him, but he threw the screen.
It was Shaheem.
Yeah,
Shaheem was wide open.
He was butt naked open.
Listen, I don't agree with the play call, but like you just said, bro, there were other options for Jacoby. Jacoby didn't have to throw that ball.
Exactly, bro.
Shaheen was wide.
So do we blame the play call or do we blame Jacoby?
Well,
either way, you shouldn't be running a screen. But
and you're back up on your 1 yard line. Not that type, especially not that type of screen. So I'm assigning blame to all parties on this one. Jacoby should have thrown it, but the play call they shouldn't have drawn it.
And then he threw it high where he had to jump for it instead of him throwing it low so he could just automatically start running. I placed the full blame on Jacoby with that one.
Hey, EM, the two play calls that got me was that one and that shuffle pass.
All right, real quick, because I got to get ready to get out of here. Let me let Logan get in. Let me let Logan have a platform real quick. Logan, say your piece, my guy. What's up?
What's up, guys? I do have a question for everyone. Do y'all really think Tua's on the same level as Brissett? Is that a thing? You're saying Tua's not better or on the same level?
I don't believe that. I don't believe it.
Because I don't believe that either.
I don't believe it.
Look what he did. Look what he did in New England, man. This guy's the youngest quarterback.
So the question
history.
Logan's saying is, and Logan, I'm just rushing because I'm trying to get out of here.
No, that's cool.
Does anybody here on the panel think that Brissett is better than Tua?
I don't think so.
I don't think it's better. I
don't think Brissett is better than Tua, but I will say this: I don't think the gap between them is that significant, though.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Making sure. And as far as those offensive coordinators, man, see, this is the thing. Even what he's saying, basically, we don't know what play calls to call against the defense. We can't play chess with them, right? That's what he's saying.
That's 100% what he's saying, in my opinion.
Ridiculous.
Wait.
So,
what did he say? I'm sorry. What was that, Logan?
I'm saying, basically, he's saying we can't call the proper play call because of what the defense is giving us, right? So he can't play chess with the other defensive coordinator.
Look at this, somebody just tweeted this in response to
he can't play chess with the other
recent media experience. I have printed out a form for a new opportunity for our co-OCs. Maybe they could be co-cashiers.
And that's another thing, man. I think. All right, so I do.
Wow.
I do agree.
Wow.
That's funny, but
hilarious.
I do agree that Watson makes his team better, right? But I think we have way more holes than just Watson, man. And you know what? At this point, honestly, with what we've done on this offensive side of the ball, I think we would just ruin Watson, man. We'd waste him. We would waste him. It's like Justin Herbert. Everybody talks about Justin Herbert over. I don't. Well, that's because it's my own point. But like, even if we had Justin Herbert, right? Is Justin Herbert as successful as he is here?
I don't know if Justin Herbert would be as good here as he is in.
I don't think so either.
We would have got offensive linemen.
My problem with this whole team is the coaching staff at this point. That's where I'm at with this team. And yeah, it would be really awesome to get Watson, but at the same time,
Hey, Logan, thank you for coming on today, bro. I'm sorry I could only get you on for a minute.
No, it's cool anyways, because I have to go to the gym anyways. So we're
all right,
good.
yeah, go pump that iron, my guy.
Yeah.
Go do that.
All right, you guys have a good one.
It's like we look at Watson like he's a superhuman or something, like he hasn't taken a beating already. And
he damn near close to that, bro.
Like that doesn't take a toll on, especially on quarterback. Look at Cam Newton.
All right, guys, real quick. 10 seconds from everybody, and then I got to let everybody go. Rashad, you go first. 10 seconds.
Hands up. Let's get this win this weekend. Blow out the Colts. No excuses. Coaching staff got to step up.
See you later, Rashad. Thank you. All right, let's go. Todd, 10 seconds.
Hey, just a must win this weekend.
All right, let's go with Q.
The offensive line ain't that bad, so stop tripping.
My man. Q, thank you for coming on, man. I want to see you up here again, my guy.
Yeah, Quinn. Salute on me.
All right, Estefan.
I just want to hear breaking news. The Dolphins make blockbuster trade for Deshaun Watson, like right now. I want to hear that now.
All right, Estefan, you owe more money to the swear jar, my guy, after yesterday. But I appreciate the love, homie. All right, be easy, man. All right, let's see here. All right, let's go D1.
Rubber baby bungee bumpers. Fins up.
I love you, D1. Be good, my guy.
You too.
How do I follow that up, bro?
I don't know, but that's good. I like that.
No.
DM. Spread kindness is your last.
Bro, EM always spread kindness. What are you talking about, man? I always spread kindness. I got nothing but love for everybody, bro. I got love for everybody.
You got love for Ennis too.
I got love for everybody, my friend. But no. I'm just looking forward to Sunday, bro. Hopefully we can get back on track. They need to get this thing turned around. Whatever the disconnect is with these coordinators and the personnel, they need to resolve that like yesterday. So just looking forward for Sunday, looking forward for some growth offensively, and hopefully we can get out of there. We come out with a win on Sunday, bro. Fins up all day, every day. Y'all know what it is.
Fins up. Be good, my guy. All right, guys. This is this is Miami Sports Music's #1 morning show, Clock Blockers. I'm super excited that y'all are hanging out with me today, or that y'all decided to hang out with me. It was good stuff. Do want to remind everybody, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you would like to donate to the channel, you guys can do that one of 3 ways, which is the YouTube Live Super Chat, which is the $sign down at the Super Chat, down in the chat box. You guys can use PayPal, which is MSM Podcast Network, or you guys can also do Cash App, which is also $sign MSM Podcast Network, and I will put the links to that in the chat box here. Let me do that. And if you guys need anything else, look, I'm here tomorrow morning. I'm going to be here tomorrow morning, same time as always, 8 a.m. We're going to be ready to go. We play a little bit of solo D in the morning, then we get on and ready to go. I appreciate you guys. Please go share this. Let people know that didn't watch today. I need y'all's help to grow, and I can't do it without y'all's help. So please go share this with everybody and let them know that we're here. All right. I love you guys. Y'all be good. Fins up, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Love you guys. Peace.